Alright, we're gonna try on game capture. I should get that, and let's just double check and see if we're working here. Check and see if we're working here. Okay, so I'm a little quiet. Let's see. Check and see if we're working here. Is that better? Let's see. Check and see if we're working here. Is that better? Okay, so I think I can be heard now. Check and see if we're working here. Is that better? Okay, so I think I can be heard now. Is that better? There we go. So that should be muted. Everything should be fine now. So I'm pretty sure Daytwa died.
Traveling to Dorado.
We'll never see him again in this lifetime or the next. Because there is no next one. Pretty sure about that one too. Can't be positive without the whole, dying part, but seems like a lot of trouble to go to. Alright, so I'm setting up my controls here. So you can watch me lose at Overwatch over and over.
Welcome to Blizzard World.
Get that, there we go. Blizzard World, okay. Let's, be somber. This would be entirely useless. This actually genuinely seems like a bad fucking idea.
In my world, there are no secrets.
Our mission awaits us.
Genial. Otro trabajo aburrido.
You're
taking this very seriously.
Shed the weight of your doubts, and your mind will become clear.
Good kitty.
No vaya a ser que lo necesite.
Good kitty. Good kitty.
Hack the planet.
Good kitty. Good kitty.
De
Good kitty.
pelos.
Good kitty. Good kitty. Good kitty.
5, 4, 3,
Alright, that's definitely fucking obnoxious.
1. Attack commencing.
What's wrong?
Capture objective A.
Keep in sight, and this will go smooth.
Got Ash top right, I think.
Come here. I'm getting the objective. Locators in place.
Got a little bit of play action there. Let's go here. Okay, so Puga's hiding in there. Cool, cool. Oh, I'm way behind on damage. I need to pick up the pace.
Trying to keep me out? I don't think so.
Or not.
Hack complete.
My ultimate ability is ready.
System compromised. Tengo que irme. ser que lo necesite.
Oh no.
Did I scare you? Nah, that party was boring. Systems hacked.
I am on the objective, my friends.
Damn Skippy. Oh, that was a bad place.
You're mine now.
Oh, you know what? I should hack some of these.
Securing the point. Pull in.
Understood.
And
We cut the pace. Fire!
Right, paying attention to me.
A captured. Destroyed the payload.
In chip MN. Enemy contact.
sistema comprometido. Feeling much.
MN.
Complete.
I greet you.
Is there yet?
You're mine now. Much better.
Warp across the wall.
She's gonna blow.
Okay, that's pretty questionable. Somebody's now gotten 100% accuracy on this. Yeah, that's
Let me
probably
try that
but-
again.
Helping you out.
Just in case. Thank you. You're mine now.
Yes.
Affirmative.
Activating self-destruct sequence. Catch you later. Feeling much better.
My payload is on its
The
way.
journey to Iron.
Hackeo listo.
Take this.
Apagando las luces.
Over here.
Translocators in place.
Ready for transcendence.
Do something! Did I scare you?
We must unblock the payload. No.
Feeling much better. Complete.
The fuck?
Much better.
Healing fortified. Systems hacked. My ultimate nano boost is ready. Nano boost is ready. Get in there and I'll hit you.
¿Qué tal?
That's it. Here! My apologies.
No.
Ay, te asusté. That party was boring. Todo listo por aquí. ¿Qué onda? Mucho mejor.
My ultimate is ready.
System compromised.
I understand.
Witness my design. Did I scare you?
No.
Gotta go. Feeling much better.
Why's the pylon stopped? Clock's ticking. Retire, ready to roll. My ultimate is charging.
Sistema comprometido.
You have my thanks.
60 seconds. Body more ready.
Mine now. Tengo que irme. System compromised. Always plan an exit.
You need this.
Kudos for trying, Wade.
The payload has reached
Thank you. You're welcome.
Todo listo por aquí. Peace. Just system time. Do something. Feel better? You're mine now. And I'm apagando las luces. Gotta go. ¿A qué huís? Mucho mejor.
I'll be right there.
Okay, now I know there's some cheating going on. Ah, damn, dude. What the fuck? They just don't die. Where is Daytwa? Did he really die?
Let's get back on
I think Daytwa died. Oh, yeah, whatever. Feeding as much as the rest of the team.
They have my attention now.
Start your engines.
Mine now. Hands up, amigo. We're not quitting, are we? Systems high.
Experience tranquility.
I'm on my way.
10 seconds.
Alright, this might not be a good I'm trying. I don't think it's gonna make a difference now, but maybe for the next round.
We're in this together. All of us. We are falling apart.
Yeah, there was some pretty questionable shit in that game, but whatever. Oh, why would I want to keep staying there? Wait, did it penalize me for leaving after the game ended? Do I have to leave? Do I have to watch the fucking play of the game now to fucking leave a game? That's dumb as shit. Oh, man. What a waste. Alright, let's go.
Traveling to Dorado.
Sombra online.
Plenty of bombs to go around.
Oh yeah, you always have bombs. That's a hell of a boost.
G'day, cobber.
How's it going there, other junker?
I'm checking in.
Hello.
Did he just disappear? Oh, dude, they must have gone.
At your service.
Let's be on call.
G'day, mate.
Hey. Hello.
Where did you go?
G'day. Have a nice
What are you doing playing this baby game?
Daytwa is dead. He apparently passed on long ago.
Have
Wait,
a nice
what?
day.
I don't know. I'm joking. He's not actually dead, by
okay.
the way. I just,
I worry because it's happened to me before. It's like I found out
where
someone's
somebody
dead.
died? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Fair point. I shouldn't joke about that.
Well, some people well, no, it's okay. It was meant as a joke. I understood that. It's just it's so weird because every now and then I'll get that, and then someone will just casually say, "Yeah, this guy died," and a lot of times I'm like, "How can you so callously say that?" But it's like, well,
fucking
no.
hilarious. They exploded in a ball of fire.
Select your hero.
Well, and sometimes they're just coping. It's like they hasn't quite registered in their head that actually happened.
Also,
So,
sometimes
I mean,
it's expected. Like, oh yeah, we kind of knew that guy was gonna pass.
well, and some people don't really know how to react. Like I remember, when my brother passed away, and I was calling up my buddies saying, "Hey, I can't do this. My brother just died," and it was hard. It's like on the verge of tears, that kind of stuff. But I remember talking with my one.
Plenty of
Oh, well,
bombs
because
to go
that's exactly it just happened that day, and I called up my buddy, and then he didn't know what to do, so he just like, so what's new? Have you seen any new anime and stuff like that? And I was like, that is the most fucked up thing I think I've ever heard. But then I stopped to realize, cause the guy's never dealt with this before. Because
sometimes people want a distraction.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like I can't cope with this. It's uncomfortable. So at the time, I was like, "You son of a fucking what?" No, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. No, that's like, okay, so yeah, what's new in anime? But I know for him it was like just couldn't register, just wasn't there. So sometimes I get upset. Other times I'm like, it's not that unusual for people not to know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? My coworker didn't really have any had a horrible relationship with her father.
Mm-hmm.
So when he passed away and the family put it all on her, she was like, "What the fuck do I do?" Not only did I not fucking care about this guy because he's a dick, but it's like, what do you call it? Now I'm stuck dealing with his fucking funeral and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an awkward moment. It absolutely is. It's yeah. Well, also because it's like a lot of this is stuff that you're just not prepared for. Like when you're a family member dies or something, and then it's like, oh yeah, take responsibility and do all this, write speeches. Sometimes for the funeral, right? What the fuck do I say?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or you gotta be the one who buries your own fucking dad who you didn't have any relationship with because he, fucking told you, oh, you know what? I don't have a family when you were 13.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, God, it's so difficult, so awkward to have to live your life like that. But really, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's no such thing as a great funeral, I suppose.
No. Well, and apparently, a lot of the people that run these funeral homes and shit are pretty scumbaggy mofos, to say the least.
Probably. Well, and also in their defense, it's how many times do they have to see someone they're dealing with people and they're most vulnerable and they're most awkward. It's yeah, I imagine they have to kind of put their emotions aside. And they may be scummy assholes, but sometimes that's their coping mechanism. We're asking them to deal with people's loved ones. It's I don't even know your person. I gotta, do all this shit. You get a little disconnected sometimes. I'm sure it's not easy. God, I haven't played Overwatch in almost a year.
Oh yeah, no, this is a trippy. It's terrible now because they made it one tank only. So it's 5v5 instead of 6v6.
See,
and then they made it free to play, so hacking is out of fucking control.
Yeah.
Because there's no penalty if you get banned. It's who fucking cares, right?
Yeah, part of me wants to, like, I wouldn't mind trying it, but like I'm watching you play, and like this is absolute insanity. I have no idea who's who and who's on which team. Like I'll see that
Yeah.
red bar that tells you that's an enemy member, but I'm like,
Yeah,
it's so
they
hard.
have, what is it, Torbrig, fucking Junk Queen. I'm bad with names. So, like, I know what to expect, but I don't, like, know, like, what they fucking have necessarily. Oh, I fucked that one up. Fucked that one up. Did not go forward nearly as much as I expected to.
Also, I am a lot of these newer characters. I am super disappointed in. They're like super
Nice
lackluster characters. I don't know.
Oh, there's a lot of, yeah, there's, it's kind of, honestly, like, the fucking game has gotten kind of boring now.
Well, and I think that's partially because they, like, a bunch of the lead designers, like, well, I forget, Jeff Kaplan, I think his name was, the guy who was the lead guy working on Overwatch. He left a while ago. I think that was also due to some of the whole Blizzard controversies. So a lot of the B-list guys who are just like programmers and stuff who've never developed a game are now put in charge of it. So
is that what's going on? That makes sense. I can see that.
So a lot of them a lot of what they're doing is safe. It's like, okay, this is the safe thing to do because they are nervous as fuck. They do not have a proper staff. Not to mention, like even though Blizzard, you can work for Blizzard and make a lot of money, but a lot of people don't really want to work for Blizzard right now because of the controversy.
Yeah, wasn't there like a bunch of sexist shit, or they were like fucking abusing their employees and shit, like literally?
Yeah,
not in a
abusing,
figurative sense.
Like overworking them to the point where they sleep in the office underneath their desks, and then when they get up, they immediately start
like a
working
fucking
again.
Japanese slave place, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, they had that controversy. Then you had the guys in the higher up who were like because they had all this money pouring in, so they weren't even paying attention to what's happening. So a lot of them didn't even know that was going on. But also the ones in the higher ups apparently were like making a lot of scuzzy sexual stuff to a lot of the female members of the staff, the lower ones.
Oh, that's shitty.
Well, they thought they were fucking rock stars because look at that.
Oh, and we can't get in trouble, so we can just do whatever we want, I guess. Even though,
we're the ones who built this empire, and to them it felt like an empire. We're fucking huge. All our games, even our shittiest World of Warcraft expansion, makes some megatons of money. It's like we could do no wrong. Our convention BlizzCon is forever sold out. We forever have all this stuff, man. we're fucking gods. And a lot of that's kind of like that mindset comes in. It's like I'm glad for their success, but at the same time, I'm like, you let it get to your head. You thought you can get away with making a crap product.
Yep.
And you thought you can get away with like sexually abusing your. I'm using quotes.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly all the details if that's what happened. I know there was like sexual allegations. Also, there was like a room in their office with a bunch of couches and stuff, and the higher ups literally called it the Cosby room. So
that's not a thing you want people saying about your company.
So like whistleblower.
Fucking, you don't want Cosby associated with your company. You just don't at all on any level ever. That's Jesus.
It's not good, but that's what they would secretly say, and that was like from the there was like a whistleblower who was coming out and explaining about all this, and then later,
what? Good for that whistleblower. I mean, honestly, Christ. The Cosby room.
Well, not to mention like one of the guys, because he's one of the original guys. He plays McCree, and of course he's one of the guys associated there. So they're like, we don't want to be associated. So we changed his name to Cassidy or something. The cowboy dude.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why they did that. It was so weird. I don't even know what was wrong with McCree.
Because that's literally the last name of the guy who was in one of the higher ups who participated in the Cosby room.
Oh.
He's one of the original guys, so they don't want to be associated with that. So that's why they changed his name. Problem is that part of the problem with that is one, because like nobody really cared, because believe it or not, as terrible as the controversy was, not everyone
It really,
knows about.
I didn't even know how bad it got. So I mean, clearly, and I love watching these kind of things because watching these big companies fall apart is hilarious.
Oh yeah, I mean, like in the moment it's fine, but after a while people just kind of forget.
Yeah.
So they could have kept his name and nobody would have cared.
Yeah, I
but-
probably never would have noticed. Yeah.
But at that point they were like they were scared and all that, so they changed the name. But here's the other problem that came with changing the name. It's the exact same name as a gay porn star, who it was like his name's Cassidy or whatever as well. He also does cowboy related.
Oh,
porn.
but I mean, Cassidy's such a common name throughout like lots of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that now with everyone
It's got to
sees
be in
it-
half a dozen different like shows and movies at least, if not like a couple of dozen.
probably, but now everyone associates him with a porn star, a gay porn star.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Butch
we'll
Cassidy
see.
and the Sundance Kid is probably who most people are going to think of when they hear Cassidy.
Probably, like, and there again, like, well, they shouldn't have really cared. What was the? Oh yeah, there was one other thing that we found out that was kind of annoying. So when it came to Overwatch, and they were trying to generate new characters that they can get, they had a whole checklist that they wanted, like, progressive and diverse characters and yada. And so what they literally did is they used an auto-generate and an AI bot to create a backstory. So like this new Canadian character, that black woman, the Canadian woman, yeah, she's literally AI created. Like artists designed her look, everything else from her backstory and stuff was all done by a robot, all
Oh
AI.
damn!
Yeah, they literally outsourced it because they didn't want to pay anyone. They just took all the cheap route. And I don't know about any of the other characters, like the newer ones, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I don't know how long this has been going on for. They just gave up. Yeah, so like the state of Blizzard in this game in particular, like I'm glad that it's still fun. I'm glad people like it, but it's like, dude, there's they gave up on this game. Actually, they gave up on it from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, you know about the origin of this game?
Well, they basically ripped all the characters that they use in this game off of what's the one?
The
I can't
failed.
think of the name of it. It's a different shooter. It's a shooter run by a totally different company.
Well, it was supposed to be like a new MMO, similar to World of Warcraft, but with like a real-world sci-fi, cyberpunk-ish kind of look. It was called Titan, but they just couldn't make it work because the game was too massive, too big, and nothing else seemed to be connecting. So what they did is they just sort of scrapped it. But they had all these characters they created, and then they thought, because they were testing out new fields, and they created like a Team Fortress-like game. I thought, hey, this is actually pretty fun. So then they just went with it. But because it's all mashed together and it was done really fast, they didn't really have a story. So, like, if you've noticed, there's like no story here. Like, who are these people? Why are they killing each other? Why are they, like, we saw that opening video that the Tracer was friends with Winston, the big gorilla. But then when you play the game, like, they're literally killing each other because depending on who's on what team. So like, well, they're best friends, but now they kill each other. Like, okay, all right. What's the backstory with that? They've never came up with one. And then they come up with these comic books and these short films for character introductions and all that. All looks really cool. None of it explains anything. We're just gonna make a cool video. What's explained? Nothing.
Nothing. What is
Nothing.
this? Yeah, just fucking stuff we came on. Just fucking stuff. Who cares? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah. But they literally have no clue what they're doing when it comes to this game. Not one.
God damn.
So,
Well, I'll
Yep.
tell you right now, they do not do what they should be doing in this game.
frankly, like, I imagine that either they're going to come up with a great big patch update of some sort that's going to change a lot of these things, because this was just Overwatch 2
Yeah.
was just mashed together.
Oh yeah,
As
it's
best as
clearly just a fucking add-on. It's like Overwatch 2 is clearly just a different multiplayer mode that they had like thought about and then decided to make like the whole game instead of just making it what it was, which is just a fucking should have been just a different multiplayer option.
Yep. Well, they should have been like everything I see with Overwatch 2 could have easily happened in Overwatch 1. There's no reason to slap a 2 on this.
No, not at all. It's all fucking like the most basic shit.
Yeah, but for all we know, maybe there was a reason. Because we only get part of the story. Like the stuff I've explained is only like what we know so far. Maybe there's other reasons. Maybe someone else owned the license to the original game engine or something. Then they had to make a new one. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Like it may have something to do with the one of the original creators. So we'll see. But yeah, but it's not just this game that was affected. It's their other game, World of Warcraft, also feels very lackluster.
Yeah.
Yeah, the newest expansion was like, I don't want to say it's dog shit. A lot of people really like it, but it's not exactly excellent. So we'll see.
Yep,
Yeah,
this is a pretty shitty game, honestly. Let's see, I'm not really getting anywhere with this. Let's just switch it up here. No, they're murdering me.
Well, yeah, they're
Tell
ganging up
them
on
no. Samaj, tell them they're not allowed to. Tell them they're not allowed to kill
Nah. Builds character.
them. Builds character. Fuck you.
Come on, you gotta take your lumps. Nuh-uh.
Oh no, what's hitting me? What's it? There it is. There's the fucking thing. No, I'm doing it. We're finally pushing. Alright.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stopped talking there. So, fucking... Anything crazy going on in Canada?
Well, besides the inquiry into going into Chinese interference in our elections.
Oh, that's fucking nice. That's good to hear.
Well, you say that, except the announcement is that yes, there will be an inquiry. It will not be public, and the results of which will not be publicized. So, even if they find out, yes, there was interference, yes, Trudeau did everything, we'll never hear it. We'll never know about it, and we're not allowed to report on it. Like, that's easy as fuck. So, it's hard to be excited when, like, for all we know, it's like, this is stuff that can get you kicked out of office or even charged. Oh, but we'll never know.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah. And can I really say I'm surprised? Look at that whole the Trucker Commission over the Emergencies Act. Like that was a shit show unto itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the fucking stuff with Chris Tucker letting out the
What happened there?
all the information on January 6th, like the videos, the texts, and everything?
How could I not?
Everybody
Everywhere. The goddamn Democrats in the House are saying.
I like Whoopi's thing where she's like, "How is this even allowed that he could just be telling these lies?" And you're like, "It's what do you mean lies? It's literally it's just video. It's unedited video." Like,
yep. Well, the argument that they make, or some of them make, because a lot of them say that it's unedited. Well, it is technically edited, but it's only edited to show, like, the incriminating parts that he was just allowed to walk around. It's not like it's like they edited to make it look like he was totally fine, or like in any other dubious way. But I'm also not even remotely surprised because, I mean, because the other thing that went on when January 6th happened is like Alex Jones had all that video security camera on the inside of the protesters, and they were all peaceful. They weren't like trashing the place or nothing. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm not surprised. I knew this was going to come out at some point. I'm glad it's finally coming out.
Well, I'm glad it's coming out because this is probably literally going to put people like out of prison. You know what I mean? Like,
I would hope so. I mean, they should not have been there in the first place, as far as I'm concerned.
oh, they were in like fucking dude, they're in like, what do you call it? What do you call it? Like, solitary confinement and shit. Just like ridiculous conditions that like no human being should ever be in for years.
Yep. All that bizarre, awful stuff. Yeah. No. It makes what happened here in Canada with the pasture facility, because that was the guy who was protesting against, or not really protesting. He kept his church open during the whole lockdown, and so the government deemed him to be a threat. So he was put into jail and solitary confinement for like a week, even though he didn't commit a single crime.
Yeah, no.
But then I look at the whole January 6th.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. But then I look at the January 6th thing, and I'm like, yeah, I think that's probably worse, because like solitary confinement for years. Like,
yeah, multiple years of solitary confinement were just like,
I mean,
what a horrific thing to do to a human being.
Yeah. And I don't know why anyone thought that was a good idea, because if they ever get out, they will use that against you. It's like a year. Like, what kind of psychological damage is that going to create? And how much is it going to cost you? Because someone's got to pay for all the damages and stuff that's going to cause.
Oh, yeah.
And for the false imprisonment. So I look at all this and like, no one's thinking. Everyone's just reacting. They're not thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can guarantee that if it's something that might tell a different story, that because of the sort of cult-like behavior of the left wing right now, they're never gonna. A lot of people just won't even watch it. Like, they won't watch the footage. They won't listen to anything Tucker Carlson says. There's nothing he can do because it just doesn't jive with whatever they want to pretend in their head is true.
Mm-hmm.
That's the really scary part. It's like, this is the kind of stuff that should be being covered on like every single fucking news media, and it shouldn't be that Tucker Carlson is bad. It should be like that, you know, why did it take this long for this to come out? You know, Tucker Carlson's a hero. You know, like, that's really what should be being said. Because, like, there's people facing, like, you know, 60 years in prison for being ushered into a building by the police. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, none of this should have happened.
Somebody apparently lost an eye, I heard. I don't know if that's true or not.
I never heard anything about that, but could be.
Yeah. I wonder if that might have been in the UK, though, because I think there was some sort of thing where they were holding some people in prison for something, and one person lost an eye.
I know there's something going on in the UK right now. I don't remember what it is. I think it has something to do with like the whole 15-minute city stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, where they're trying to force people into, like, small, confined areas to, like, control all their life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably it. I remember hearing, like, with Justin Trudeau, because apparently they were talking about 15-minute cities, like, ever since, like, was it 2018? They were already planning 15-minute cities, but then COVID happened. It's like, well, COVID happened, so, I mean, we don't really have to plan out for 15-minute cities anymore because they're already locked down.
Oh, yeah. That's a fair point.
Yeah. But now that all those restrictions are done, now they're doing all this. Then they got a new virus in the works, apparently. Oh, then there was the WhatsApp chats of who was the politician? Can't remember. There were some politicians, and they were talking about releasing the next variant. And when they say releasing, they mean like covering it on the news. It's like, yeah, there's a variant now, don't you know? They're trying to scare people into staying home.
Yeah, that whole thing is disturbing. I mean, what about one of my favorite part of the lockdown things? I think all of it, all together, is their attempt to blame video games for children having like fucking random heart attacks.
Oh god, the heart attacks. Yeah.
It was just like, what are we gonna blame? Oh shit, what do we do, guys? Fucking video games are evil. They made the kids have heart attacks. Ooh, you're like, what are you fucking talking about? That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Yep, video games are evil.
Never happened for like the fucking 40, 50 years that video games have been out. Now suddenly, you know, like, just...
For me, the absolute worst is when they said that the cold air caused young people to have heart attacks.
Oh, I didn't even know they tried to blame air. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, cold winter air put the hearts in shock, and then that's what caused them to have heart attacks.
That's the fucking stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Oh, absolutely. I heard that, and I thought, you fucking... Are you for real? For real. And that's
fucking hilarious. Okay, I thought video games was good because it was, you know, like, oh, yeah, you fucking... We're just going to say video games. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're having a heart attack and all that because of you playing the video game.
Yeah, because you played a fucking too many rounds of Call of Duty, sir.
Yep. Yep, that's it entirely. That was the whole thing. But yeah, no. Cold air is worse. Exercise is worse. Although on the plus side, cold air. Oh, dude, that always got me. Like, cold air is why people are having heart attacks. Seriously, we've lived in winter. Like, I'm in Canada. We get to wear shorts 2 months out of the year. You would think we'd be like heart attack capital of the world.
You would have all the heart attacks. Jesus, how are you alive?
I know, right? How is this working? Yep. I don't know, man. The cope, the excuses, all of it's been quite hilarious. I imagine there will be like a book talking about all the silly things that were said during COVID, all the silly reports, all the silly stuff. Absolutely. But you know, like, and then we of course have the vaccine and all the bullshit that came from that. But the nice thing is that because it's all bad, like everyone's dying and shit. But then we're hearing about like that. The good news is that actually there's like a detox treatment if you've been vaccinated, so that way you can. But it's kind of strict.
Huh.
I haven't looked into it too much, but apparently you have to keep to a fairly strict diet. And all that,
to
but
like help your immune system sort of recover from like the weird shit you put it in.
Well, it help you process it through, because when it's in you, it's in you. That's all there is to it. But you can recover from it, but you need to. But it's a strict process. So there's multiple different videos about that. Now, one of them I do understand. It's a high vitamin C diet.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense because it'll help you process it, keep your arteries going. So, that could be a good one. And that Reaper fucking got you.
Yeah, well, he ulted. That was a stupid fucking move on his part.
I suppose.
It's almost always a bad idea to ult at random, like for one kill, unless it's to change the victory fight. Like if you're gonna change the course of that particular round.
Well, it's like, if you're gonna die, it's like, yeah, you might as well ult, because, I mean, why not?
Well, he wasn't. He had me down. I couldn't hit him. I don't know what was going on. There's like a fucking dodge thing that some people have that you just cannot do damage to them. Like...
What's your favorite,
character?
Well, no, I was gonna say, I was gonna go back on the whole thing, like, the favorite excuse for wearing a mask.
Oh, favorite excuse for wearing a mask?
Well, you see, I hear all the silliest reasons. Like they say,
Oh.
"Oh, it's to save grandma," or it's to
Save grandma is probably the most annoying one.
yeah. Well, because it's an emotionally charged one. They're trying to get you to be all emotional about it. You're saving your loved ones, don't you know? What was the other one? Someone made a bullshit comment about how the mask biodegrades easier than a plastic bottle, so you don't have to worry about throwing it on the ground. And I'm like, these are fucking medical masks. They have to be disposed of in a proper medical.
Well, and
facility.
if you're using the mask to avoid biohazardous material, then shouldn't you fucking dispose of it in an appropriate fashion to denote that you're dealing with biohazards?
I mean, it's not good for the environment to even throw it in the trash. It's not something that biodegrades easily. And so medical ones actually have, like, they process that kind of waste in a particular way. That's why you shouldn't be wearing these masks out in public. They're really bad for the environment. So, and
Yeah.
not to mention, like, so many people are so used to them, they just sort of throw them on the ground. So it's in there with the litter. It's like, that shit takes longer to
Yeah.
I think they said like a plastic bottle takes about maybe 7 years to fully biodegrade, but like one of these face masks takes like almost 70 years.
Oh,
So-
Jesus.
So it's like, what's better for the environment, plastic bottle or a fucking medical mask? And those things, now we have tons of them in our garbage now. Yep. You know, I was thinking to myself about all the shit that Alex Jones has said, and like, 'cause he's almost always right. Almost, you can say the most crazy.
Yeah, Alex Jones is insane in the fact that everything he says is 100% true.
Yeah, and part of me was like, the guy almost needs like you know the Chuck Norris book that talks about all the silly facts about Chuck Norris, he lost the game of chess once to Mr. T, and so for revenge he created racism. I'm like, you saying Chuck Norris created racism? Okay. It's really shitty, weird stuff.
That makes perfect sense. I mean, I know that often I've thought, what's the answer to all of life's issues?
Oh, dude, the Chuck.
And I thought, you know what? The hatred of people based on their race. That's clearly what I want.
So it's like, it's the weirdest shit about Chuck Norris. None of it's true. It's all complete bullshit. But it's meant to be a funny kind of book. Like, you almost need one for Alex Jones, except it's like everything he's ever said, it ends up being right.
Oh yeah.
Alex Jones.
Eerily so. I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, that's creepily fucking correct all the time.
Alex Jones said they're putting chemicals in the water to turn the frickin' frogs gay. True or false? Yeah, it was 100% true. It's like spoiler alert, it's all true. God damn it. God, where's the time going? I'm so surprised how fast the days
thing
are going.
goes. Yeah, well, the game makes it more fun, I think, if you can actually see the game. I don't think Daytwa ever checks out what's going on my screen. But, I don't know, man.
Like, for me, I'm also referring to, like, the week, because I'm like, oh god, we're already on the second week of March. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The daylight savings time changes for me pretty quick, which I'm looking forward to.
But to be fair, it was like a short week last week, so it's like, it's not that bad. But the reason why I get freaked out about that is, like, next month is April, and I'm gonna get a notification at some point that that there were some cancellations at, like, this anime convention, and they're gonna ask me if I want to buy a table. And I'm like, I know I'm gonna say yes, but I'm like, I'm not even remotely ready for a convention. I haven't I haven't had a table at a convention in years. Oh god, I gotta book a hotel.
Table at a convention? You draw your smut in public, you filthy degenerate.
I know, right?
Terrible.
I
Oh
have-
no.
I
Actually,
have
the stuff
three-
you draw is pretty tame. Like, I've seen some pretty graphic fucking, like, fan art shit that we, like, people draw, and you're like, I don't know about that there, Captain. That might be illegal.
I don't draw a lot of porn. I could, but I don't really do a whole whack of that. I've seen some artists who do, like, tons of porn, and they do fairly well for themselves. Although I don't know how well they're going to do with the advent of AI art stuff. So we'll see how that plays out. I've yet to see how it's going to react in certain fields. Like, I imagine there's a lot of people out there who's going to make their own porn. Because, like, why not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I would like if people would stop using porn. I think it's ruining things. Like, I remember hearing about, like, guys having, like, erectile dysfunction in their 30s. Like, in your 30s. That's, like, something you're supposed to get in, like, your 60s. But what's happening is that a lot of them are getting off to porn. And then when they actually do have to have sex and do actually have to, get it on, they're not really able to perform because they just, like, all sexual gratification comes from the screen.
Yep.
Doesn't actually come from contact. And so then when you are physical with someone, it's weird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, Goofy guy with his fucking aimbot. This is fucking killing me. This dude can't miss a fucking round, and it's like, oh, what a fucking waste.
Yep.
If you're that good in games, like, why aren't you a professional player? Like, where you just literally can't miss, ever? I always wonder that, because, like, I'm playing, what is it, just quick play here. So, like, none of these matches matter for anything. But, like, fucking... some of the level of play, you're like, this is either a professional Overwatch player or some shit's going down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, ridiculous. And the other thing is, now to unlock all the stuff for the Battle Pass, that's supposedly free to play game. So the Battle Pass comes out every month. You have to... what is it? They say you have to play for roughly 40 weeks or something for the Battle Pass to unlock it every month. Which seems unreasonable. I don't know. Do you think you have 40 weeks in a month to play the game?
No. I'm glad I don't invest that much time in video games anymore.
No. It's fun to kill time, but like, yeah, you don't want to spend a lot of time. I'm like, the ranks go for like, it's like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, masters, grand masters, I think, and then like that's it. And I'm like, the highest rank I have is like silver 4 in like support, which is really low. Which is,
see, I used to play video games for a bit, then I had to stop because I wasn't getting any work done.
Yeah.
But then I started playing around with like my 3D printer and printing off little models and toys and stuff, and now I'm painting a whole whack of them because I got really invested in that, so I printed off a lot of shit, and now I got all this stuff lying around. I'm like, I better start assembling and painting these things because they're just cluttering up the spot. Because
well, you can actually make pretty good money off of that stuff if you want.
Well, yes and no. So here's the thing with 3D prints: you can print them for your own sake, but you can't really sell them because they're usually other people's creations. Now, if I made my own, sure, I could probably do that. But I don't make my own because I don't know how to use 3D software. So
okay, so that's your problem, is that? I was gonna say, well, you can do the art stuff, but also from what I understand, the actual money making for 3D printing comes from, I'll play her. Why not? It comes from printing out hard to find, very small parts on a small scale for small companies.
I mean, maybe.
So, like,
I don't. Yeah.
Say a small photography company needs a couple dozen or 100 of these widgets every month, but it's not enough that they can get a discount from like a real machine shop. You can open up your little fucking online business and print those out for them.
Well,
And make money, and that's usually the ones that are making money. They're making things for some sort of like industrial purpose.
See, 3D printers have become cheap enough that anyone actually needing that kind of service, they probably already have their own, because it's not that kind of thing. So, like,
It's not the service; it's the expertise. If you really genuinely know what you're doing, like the exact opposite of your level of knowledge.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I imagine that they already know what they do and they already have connections. So that's not unless I already had a foot in the door. I don't think I could really do something like that. Most, at least from what I do, most artists, what they do is they actually make the file. Like they'll make like sculptures and all that kind of stuff, and then they'll sell the file. But then, of course, there always comes with the caveat that you're not supposed to sell it, not supposed to go because it's their creation, not yours. So you just use it for your personal use. Now, granted, that's not to say that there aren't people out there just sort of saying, "Yeah, fuck, I just won't advertise that I'm doing it," and then they just sell it off to their friends and shit. I mean, it is what it is. So,
Oh yeah.
so I'm not looking to get into any kind of trouble. Now, I wouldn't mind learning how to use a 3D program and actually make my own shit. That'd be fine. I've seen some people do really well on Patreon and all that, making stuff. Heck, the only reason I'm on Patreon is because there's one artist I follow who like makes 3D files for like Transformer stuff, and I like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like upgrade kits or accessories. Because sometimes when they make a toy, they'll make something, but then maybe they won't make their weapon or something like that. Because Hasbro, let me tell you, Hasbro is in a lot of trouble with a lot of things. They're running out of money fast. One of which being, of course, D&D. Heard about that fiasco with Dungeons and Dragons?
I heard that they were trying to do like a thing where they were basically going to just take over everybody's fucking content.
Yep.
And they didn't see that would be like, incredibly like wrong.
Well, yes, they were trying to get that, but they were trying to copyright a series of rules, which of course you can't really do, but they tried to. And then they tried to claim ownership of pretty much everyone's stuff that they create. Now, part of the reason for that, part of the reason why they felt they had to do something like this is because they were losing out on a ton of money on fan-created projects, such as like.
Well, but the thing is, the way Dungeons and Dragons was created, like initially, like before any like company was really involved, it was just guys. They set it up so that it would work the way it works right now. So they can't copyright like certain things. You can't copyright. You cannot copyright like a set of rules.
Yep. Oh, my dogs need something. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, go for it. Oh man, we're so close. An actual victory. Jesus Christ, how many fucking people do we gotta kill? They're just coming out one at a time. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh man, I still love Whoopi Goldberg's fucking thing, man. Jesus Christ! Don't believe the videos you see where you see exactly what occurred. Make your own decision. You believe what I told you to believe. Like Jesus Christ!
Getting blown, are you?
I just the fucking thing with Whoopi Goldberg kills me. Like literally, it's just video and pictures of text. Like, there's nothing to interpret. Like, how can it possibly be a lie? It's literally just what happened, and you can see it yourself and make your own call.
Yeah. The whole View channel in general, the whole show is just, it's just insane. They're just, I don't know what to tell them. I guess it's just the copium that they have is ridiculous. They don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, it's pretty obnoxious. Oh, that's a hard fucking sign.
Not to mention the problem with the View is like I am forever annoyed that they just keep talking over each other.
Oh, do they do that? I haven't really watched it. I've seen clips. And clips was enough for me to be like, I'll listen to someone else. Like, I'd rather watch Chunk Yogurt. You
Like,
know,
they
just
are...
nattering all these
Oh,
words.
yeah.
No, they don't.
They are insufferable to listen to because they will forever talk over each other. They never get a word in edgewise. It's just annoying as fuck.
Oh, it does actually sound really obnoxious.
Absolutely obnoxious. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see what else happened. We had the View being the View.
Yeah. The View being the View.
They are what they are.
Is.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know, man. The world seems to be like people. Just, I think it's the education system. Like, I think we can all agree that the education system is like
the
definitely
indoctrination.
part of the problem.
The indoctrination that came from the education system has shown itself. Now one of the real problems, we have all these young people now who are just so fucked up. It's like, I don't know how they're going to survive. Like, we got to get these people to
Like,
you
they
know,
can't socialize.
No, and now they're all about these pronouns and the other bullshit, and they don't know how to interact. They don't even know how to talk. There was another study that came out recently that fewer people are having sex now than ever before, and I'm like, that's not healthy in the slightest. But yeah, I mean, there's like, and it's like, I think it was like men and women that they're both equally unable to have sex. Like, this is ridiculous. So, yeah, there's some real issues, some real problems that just need to be addressed. Like, we need to start getting people taking responsibility, starting relationships, because you gotta replace the numbers. Like, the population has to replace itself somehow.
Yeah, you do have to replace the population from somewhere.
Yeah.
That was silly. Something is going on with that fucking, what do you call it, that Moira? That was fucking definitely some sort of cheat. Because they just don't have that much damage, and their name is LLLLLLLLL. Like, clearly they thought about making that. Because Moira can't take that kind of damage and survive. Like, Reaper fucking counters her hard. Because you're up close, so you can't miss as easy either.
I saw that. Yeah,
and I'm just like fucking peppered her, and I'm like, just why is she still alive? There's nobody else healing her half the time.
Yep.
Yeah, that one I'm down to report, just because that was really fucking weird. Let's see.
Yeah, it should have been a guaranteed win.
No, we should have lost. We were still gonna lose. I mean, there was something off with that character. Yeah, our team was outplayed. I got thrown in at the halfway point, I think, because or almost the very end, because I think whoever the other person just quit out because they were losing. But they were being outplayed. We were all being outplayed. It was just like something about that Moira was just like did not make sense.
Well, it's almost like what's the point in reporting? You know, if nothing's going to happen from it.
No, and I've seen that when it does, you get like a little thing, and I've gotten maybe 1 out of 100 reports get somebody banned.
Mm.
And it's like, man, that's kind of shitty. And you wonder if it's the ones where they're like griefing. And part of the problem is aimbots and the hacks and stuff that are in there are so much more subtle than they used to be. Like, it's not like you're getting headshots every single time you shoot if you're using an aimbot. It's that it's like a soft lock. So if, like, you're close, like, if you're close on your reticle, it'll just pull it into the character and keep it on them, like, somewhere on their body. And it won't shoot in the same place over and over. So, like, it's really hard to spot. It's just, like, unnatural movement of the cursor, which, you know, in this kind of instance is hard to tell because you're just watching a replay. It's not really... It's not like they're putting a lot of work in the replay graphics. Punch those fucking penguins.
Yeah, coming.
And stuff like that. And so it's just kind of a pain in the ass because it's really hard to tell. And then... some of the ones I've seen are kind of crazy. Like, there's one where Reinhardt will insta-shield anything in front of or behind him if it's running. So, like, somebody came up behind with the Reaper thing to do the ult thing. The second he ulted, the Reinhardt did not know he was there, and just immediately, like, the shield popped in front of the guy as he ulted. Because he'd snuck up crouched behind the Rein under cover.
Oh.
No, we're all gonna die. See, like, there was nothing going on. There was cheating there. That was just better plan.
So, I don't think I'm going to get a refund on my external hard drive.
Oh, that sucks.
I only say that because, like, I'm looking at... Cause it's been, like, a couple weeks now since I put in the request for a refund. And they're, like, never got back to me. I you know, filed a report and all that. Nothing. Nothing's happening. Amazon says they have to approve the refund. Like, well, if they don't exist anymore. But then I clicked the link on the seller to see, like, you know, who are they, like what's the name of the company, and the name has changed.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. All right. So here's what it is, I guess. So, well, fuck, now I'm stuck with this hard drive I can't use. I mean, I guess I could use it, but I'm not gonna, because I know it's gonna be shit. I literally saw a video of a guy tearing up one that was just like mine and showing the inside is just a flash drive, and it's just a 32 gig, but it's connected to some sort of device to make it seem like there's more room on there than there really is. So yeah, it's just a cheap piece of Chinese knockoff piece of shit. So, part of me is like, you know, maybe I should head off to a pawn shop and see what I can get for it.
Yes. Pawn shop it is.
Yeah. And, you know, I actually like going to pawn shops, being, like, you know, used equipment and stuff like that. I think it's kind of cool. You never know what you're going to get when you go there. I've sometimes come across, like, anime that no longer gets produced anymore. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this.
Damn, that's a nice find.
Oh, yeah, you find some neat,
not particularly valuable, but, like...
To me, it's interesting. And so it's like, yeah, okay, I'll go. Because you never know. You never know what you're going to find. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of sad. Like, I kind of hate going to pawn shops in that sense. Because it's like, this could have been someone's dream. This could have been someone's best thing. This could have been stolen. It could have been any number of things. It's like, there's a certain sense of tragedy that comes with a pawn shop. But at the same time, get cheap shit.
Yeah. cheap shit just does not do much for you. I tried to do that actually and got ripped off.
Oh yeah,
I bought the fucking vaporizer, and yeah, definitely never ever gonna fucking see that.
Someone needs to fill this
Never ever gonna see the vaporizer. Probably never gonna see that $175 that I spent on the vaporizer plus the accessories.
really?
Yep.
Shit.
Well, I looked it up, and apparently they just don't fucking give money back. Like, you just cannot get your fucking money back on that shit. They just do not fucking pay you.
Right. Huh.
No, we're all gonna fucking die.
It happens. Yeah, so.
What's hitting me? Oh. We lose! Yeah,
figure.
that was... I don't know. That was pretty much just them being better at the game, I think. Our tank was kind of off in the weeds over there. Not really sure what he was doing. He or she, I should say. As it is behind a screen, so I have no idea what their gender could possibly be.
the fastest gun in the New West.
Oh man, have you gotten any of the phishing ones where the text where they try to like befriend you or make you think they're like some sort of pretty lady or something?
Always.
Yeah, that shit's fucking hilarious.
You know, scammers and other calls of those natures are going to get much more insidious in the future. What with AI stuff coming up, because a lot of the like GPT and other stuff are actually pretty smart. They can actually convince you that, or do a pretty good job of convincing you that they're real people. And then they'll do that with like audio stuff. So you're going to get a phone, because part of the reason like you can tell a scammer because they're from India. And so you'll hear them. They'll have like a heavy Indian accent. And they'll say they're from Microsoft or some other bullshit. And it's like, okay, yeah, clearly you're not real. The ones that are awkward, and I'm surprised they don't do this. It's actually the Apple one, because Apple outsources a lot of the tech support to
Oh,
India.
really?
Yeah, they have a fair bit that goes
Don't
off to
do any
India.
business with Apple. Haven't for years.
But that's what I mean. Like they always say that they're from Microsoft. I'm like, if you're gonna scam someone, why don't you just say they're from Apple? But then again, more people have Microsoft products than Apple, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
But yeah, like with AI stuff coming out, they'll have like different chatbots and stuff, and they're gonna get really good. You're gonna have a hard time telling like who's who and what's what. So, yeah. Could be that you'll have a conversation with someone and not realize it's actually a robot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and then those AIs are getting really, really good at fooling people too. Okay, this team has got to have some sort of wall hacks.
Probably.
Because where we were, there's no reason you would ever go there for any reason. There was the stupidest. I'm not concerned that we lost. I because that was really dumb. But like, there's no way they could have possibly expected us to be there nor seen us before they got. Like, it didn't make any sense.
I think you're just coping.
Yeah, it is. It's just copium.
Yeah, you just cope. Stop coping.
Yeah, just get good. That's what
Just
it
get
is.
good stuff. Yep, just gotta get good.
Just get good. You can just get good is how you
Yeah, the AI art stuff is a fascinating thing too going on. Like, a lot of
Oh
people
yeah. That seems to have been embraced by a lot of people more now so than it was before.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I know that because a lot of people are trying it because it's a big thing right now. But and I know like a bunch of conventions have outright said that if you use AI art, you're going to get banned from the convention. Like
Really?
if you're trying to, yeah, they're vehemently going against it. But to me, it's like an inevitability. I see it's going to be a thing. Like, and a lot of artists are really concerned that it's going to make them, like employees. Why would someone hire you when they could just use a robot?
Yeah. Well, but there's a lot of stuff where you don't need a person. Yeah, I think the one who has is the MC Craftwitz. Is got some sort of fucking or not MC Craftwitz, what is it? The Sipitawa is using some sort of wall hacks of some kind.
You talking about the game or the AI?
In the game. Yeah, in the game.
Okay, yeah.
They just seem to know where everyone was all the time. To an extent that doesn't really make sense unless you've got some different sort of shit on your screen. But no one's ever gonna ban them.
Probably. And Blizzard's not going to really do anything about it, so it's like...
Well, I genuinely think Blizzard makes money off of this. Like, I don't for a second think that they just sued them to make some money off of them and to try to shut them down. I bet you behind closed doors, not like we don't get to know about it, but it's part of whatever settlement was reached, that they make a percentage of everything they sell now.
Probably.
I bet you. I fucking would be shocked if they don't, because it's their IP. Like, they're selling hacks for the Blizzard's IP. I wonder what's going on with Daytwa. I usually have heard from him by now. Maybe his phone did. Oh, maybe he went to jail.
Why would he be in jail?
Well, he totally doesn't sell some of his pills for money occasionally.
Oh.
No, that never happens.
Isn't he in California, or is that you?
No, he's not in California. I think he's in Arizona.
Oh.
But what is it? Yeah, he totally doesn't sell pills, so that couldn't possibly come back and bite him, and somebody decide to rat him out because they don't want to, like, fucking lose money. That never happens at all. All right, I'm definitely subjecting my team to death now. I'm a terrible aim, so like, there's no way a sniper. We're not winning this round. Like, this is no longer a chance to win. Oh, what else? There's a lot of fucking, what do you call it? Overwatch porn. I did not realize how much video game porn there was out there. But there's a lot.
And whenever you talk about video game porn, a lot of people just sort of think about Overwatch, because there's so much of it out there.
But I mean, there's porn for like all the games, like Final Fantasy, the Apex or whatever. I think has got a bunch out, and like just pretty much everything is. The internet is for porn, so.
Yeah. I think part of what got it going, I think it's Japan and a lot of what they could do over there, because there's a lot of artists who would make like those, they call them doujins, and it's like fan comics of like, and they do it in like porn related stuff where the characters are getting it on, and it would be on the internet, and so usually like if there's an anime, there's almost always a porn parody of it. And I'm always surprised to find out about how many like big name anime projects are out there, and all the artists they get always started in porn.
Really?
Like one of the biggest animes out there, that's also one of the biggest games, is called the Fate series, like Fate Stay Night and all that.
Okay.
And
okay.
that was literally started as a porn game.
Really, Fate was started as a porn game. I think I've seen Fate Khalid or something like that.
Yeah, well,
there's an anime on like the lists of anime.
Yeah, there's so many different versions of Fate. There's like Fate Grand Order, Fate Apocrypha, Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, Fate. I can't remember. It was like the magical girl anime. So there's like various different versions of it out there. The big one right now was the cell phone game, which is like fucking huge. They make like like what was it, like $5 billion a year. So it's like, or it's like every 3 months or something. Oh, they make ridiculous sums of money. Just have to put fate in its name. It's like, yeah, it's guaranteed to make money.
Oh, that guy took me offense to me knocking that person unconscious.
Ah.
That's fucking everything is driven by porn, isn't it? Like a lot of technology gets done.
Pretty much. That was because there was what was it, Betamax versus VHS back in the day, and the only reason that VHS won in the end is because most porn was made for that. So none of this is surprising to me. None of it. Porn, yeah, the internet is made for porn. Everything's made for porn.
Yeah.
Just the urge.
Especially, what do you call it? The VR is getting more porn. There's more VR porn, and it seems like as the games progress, more VR porn, more VR content games come out too.
See, the only reason why I don't know about VR actually progressing is mostly because like the equipment to run it, it's still pretty expensive.
I don't think so. I think you can get self-contained goggles now for a few hundred.
That's still too much, as far as I'm concerned.
But I mean, that's the same as buying like a platform. So I'm not saying for you, but like just for like the general public. You know, if you can pay $300 and get a set of goggles that your kid can go play in the fucking other room with and leave you the fuck alone for a while. Like, let's be real. That's not a big expenditure for a lot of people right now.
Well, for some people, it's like, I don't know. I still don't know many people. I don't know anyone in my circle of friends or around me that actually like has a VR headset. None.
I have a VR headset.
Well, I know you do, but I mean, like in real life.
Of course, I used to sing on the internet instead of watching porn. But hey, you know.
There you go. But like none of my friends have it. None of my extended family has it. A lot of people they're not even going to consider it. Like, but that's just in my circle of friends. But like, even when I ask other people, like when I go to like conventions, there's lots of people there. No one's ever had a VR set. It almost feels like a myth to me.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't mean it could just mean that like that's just the people I've talked to. For all I know, there's a whole group that actually do have it. So. Oh
yeah, everybody does it. Yeah, I would say that the people I play VR chat with are definitely fucking on the what do you call it, the affluent side?
Maybe.
They tend to not realize like normal people can't just go travel.
Oh, and once they start implementing 15-minute cities, more people won't be able to travel.
Yep.
Fucking terrible. You need
well, in the 15-minute cities, that's right. You'll have to probably get like permission and fill out like forms and shit to leave your city.
Well, and not just that, they're going to want you to have an electric car in order to travel because, I mean, a gas-powered one, that's really bad for the environment. The carbon's going to be awful. Because the other thing is, it's like, you're going to have a monthly carbon bill.
Oh, that's one of the reasons I'm getting a van right now.
Well, yeah, get well, you can.
Before they can't fucking stop me from being able to get it at all.
Well, yeah, there is that. But yeah, they want you to have a...
Dumb fuck.
There you go.
Sorry, the guy just runs away from my fucking stuff half the time.
That's all good. So they want to do a carbon bill, so that way, like every month, they track everything that you do, so that way they can bill you for it. So, like for instance, if you order steak and stuff, well, that's not very good for the environment because cows fart, don't you know? And so we can't have cows farting. That's bad for the environment. So, but you're contributing to that. So if you eat steak, you got to pay more. And then like, it's like the worst thing you could possibly have. So yeah, your food's going to be monitored. How you travel is going to get monitored. And then if you do want to travel, you need an electric car because a gas-powered one's going to be too much. But then all the parking spots will be reserved for electric cars. So, like, what's the point in getting a vehicle? You won't be able to park it anywhere because all those areas will be reserved for electric. And then the electric cars are just no good outside of the city. So it's not like you can travel to like go see your parents who might be in a different city, heaven forbid, a different state. How are you going to get there with an electric vehicle? You won't. You actually have to buy a bus ticket or something.
Yeah. You know, one of the things I was looking at was I'm not interested in owning an electric vehicle. However, what would be interesting, because I don't know if you can do it yet, is I would love to get a full-sized electric van that I could then put solar panels on the roof of.
I wouldn't even bother. Solar panels are garbage.
Fuck not. No. You don't understand. You could put easily 400 watts of solar on top of a van and keep your fucking batteries charged.
Perhaps. I don't think it's going to work in the long run. Mostly because the batteries wear out too fast.
Possibly, but I think you could genuinely like extend the length of distance you could drive at any one time.
Well, provided the
by
sun's
a
out.
lot.
Well, only if it's a sunny day. If it's a cloudy day, heaven forbid it rains. It's not. That's part of the reason. Like, it's a weather-based vehicle, and like for me, I live in Canada, and like it doesn't work. Electric vehicles just don't work here because because you're always on the. You always have to be on the grid. Any solar panels you have will be garbage because you only really like the rest of the time. It's all cloudy because winter is very very cloudy. That's why when summer hits, it's fucking electrifying. It's like when the sun finally comes out on a nice warm spring day, it's like you're just like supercharged with energy because you've been like so deficient from all the vitamin D. Now, granted, I'm aware of that, so I take like vitamin D supplements. But nowadays, I'm like, you know what? I like it when springtime hits and I get that supercharge of vitamin D in me. So I'm like, I just stopped taking the vitamins. I'm like, hopefully by next month when the sun comes out, I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's get shit done.
Damn, Skippy.
Oh, I want that energy.
I kept fucking using my ult on the other fucking support. That was pretty bad. My ult on my characters, I make somebody else really, really powerful and do a lot of damage and heal really fast and hard. So you should be using it for one of your DPS or your tank. As opposed to me, who kept hitting my fucking support somehow and giving Lucio a fucking adrenaline boost. Man, I also, the thing with Canada is you guys get some fucking cold fucking weather. And that's not really historically very good for batteries, for long-term use for batteries.
Yeah, we have to plug them in at night.
You gotta consider. I'm in California. The weather almost never gets down below freezing. I mean, you might get 1 or 2 days a year that are like really below freezing, maybe a few weeks, but they're really only going down to 5 or 6 degrees below freezing. We're not getting those 40 or 50 below. Well, yours in Celsius, but I mean the translation there. We're not getting nearly as cold days as you guys are getting.
Although, from what I've heard, certain didn't California get hit with a cold not too long ago? You guys had some flooding and some snow?
We've got a lot of rain, more rain. So California goes through several years of drought and then flood.
I heard
you guys. How it works.
I heard you guys had rain. I mean snow. Did you guys have snow?
We do have snow depending on where you go. So there's places with mountains that are high enough that they collect snow. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. There's several ski resorts in California. I think there's 2 or 3 areas where the mountains get high enough for snow, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I've never been a what do you call it? A skier or you had any sort of snow enthusiasm being in the snow. I don't have any real interest in that. That doesn't sound fun to me. And you watch movies and TV shows and stuff, and it always seems like it's a lot of work involved just fucking living in the snow.
Yeah,
Capture the objective.
living with snow is not the easiest. But I mean, I've done it my whole life. It's not impossible.
Oh yeah. That's not where I want to be.
Nah.
In a trap. Well, you know what? He knows where I'm at. No, my dead. Oh man, what else is going on? There was something else going on here.
Let's see what else is happening in the world.
Oh, just if I don't know, you probably didn't see it, but there was that fucking take a shot thing. Somebody selling like a fucking straw.
No.
It's literally just a straw that you use to drink liquor with, and people are like acting like it's doing some sort of magical shit.
Sounds silly, but okay.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't like filter the liquor. It's just. Okay, that guy's got something going there. How the fuck is he hitting me with that? Let's see, we need something else.
Another day, another battlefield.
Trump proposes freedom cities and flying cars. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean that makes sense.
Man, would you get a flying car?
No, because I think that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I suppose. Good old flying car. I remember being younger and thinking that would be awesome. Like, what do I have to do? Do I need like pilot's license? I will fucking get it. It's like, what do I do to fly? That's all I want. I want my fucking flying car.
Who doesn't want a flying car? I understand like why you understand I don't really want, but I can understand why people want it. Like everybody wants like that sort of futuristic like promise of
I think it's freedom to take into the extreme where you can do.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like if you want to go somewhere, you can just fucking go. But then again, like I don't know how it would work, like how would it function, like if everyone has a flying car, like how do you manage traffic? Like how do you go up there? Is it like would it be like Back to the Future with flying cars, and then you'd have like would they hover while you wait for traffic? How big would the traffic be?
Oh yeah.
What would car accidents be like in the future if you have a flying car? It's like, well, if there's a collision of some sort, yeah, you have the two pilots, but then once it falls to the ground, who else are you gonna get? So I mean, there's a lot of questions. Flying cars.
Yes, you have to be very careful. The other thing is like you've seen how other people drive. Like there's some really, really genuinely fucking stupid people in the world.
Yes.
Right? Do you really want those fuckers going the speed it would take to fly in a car?
Probably not, but
like that's the other thing. Like it's not just me that's gonna get one. You know, other people are gonna have this flying car, and I don't see it working out well.
In sight. I'll have us in and out in no time.
Yeah.
Oh, that was mean.
One. Round two. Capture the objective.
But yeah, what is the other thing? The deepfakes. That was it. Deepfakes are getting scary.
Yeah, getting good, huh?
Yeah,
Scary.
those are definitely.
Yeah, they're an ongoing thing, and they have all those various different chatbots that like one of the things that have come out that I think is really cool is there are a bunch of people who are taking previous presidents and turning them into and essentially have them become like Yu-Gi-Oh players or Overwatch players, and they shit talk each other all the time. It's actually kind of cool, kind of because it's their actual voices that they're using.
Yes, the fucking the yeah, those are fucking nuts. I love that shit.
Like, it's funny. They sound really good too. Like, god damn it. But they don't
sound
talk like
really genuinely like that's that person.
like. Well, and that's partially because they're taking actual audio clips from the actual presidents themselves. So that's
And
why
there's
it
a
sounds,
lot of audio clips because they got to make speeches all the fucking time.
yeah. So they have plenty to work with when they're trying to get them to sound like something. And I know a couple of the websites that they use. Like, you just have to upload a couple sound clips, and then they can actually make pretty good imitation. So part of me was like, oh man, I wonder if I could take some of my buddies. I'll just put them in there. I can take your clips and take them and make you say whatever the fuck
Yeah.
I want.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If I want to have you admitting to a crime, I guess I could. But nowadays, people are going to say it's not me, that's a deep fake, it's faulty evidence, which that's what's going to happen. Like, politicians in the future say, I never said that, that's a deep fake.
Yeah.
But you said,
100%.
Or they may make...
Joe Rogan they had fake advertisements out for Joe Rogan that he was supposedly advertising some sort of fake fucking pill, and then what was it? And then it made it to sound like he was starting to start beef with fucking Tate.
Oh yeah.
Like, why would Joe Rogan be selling this thing and then like? Okay, something is going on here. How the fuck is this dude hitting me with that shit?
Because he's just that good. You just don't understand. You're not a true gamer.
Where's my fucking?
I went to the gym the other day, and I'm just like, I didn't go for like a week because the weather was just so fucking shitty. Like, I couldn't go. We're talking minus 20s to 30s there. It's really bad. So I stayed home for a week, and then I went back to the gym, and oh boy, I was so fucking exhausted. And I went yesterday, and I just didn't go to the gym today. I just can't today.
Well, I fell down my fucking garage stairs.
Oh shit. Well,
it's only like two. It's only like 2 fucking stairs.
Yeah.
So it's not like the end of the world, but it's like one of those things where it's like it hurt like the fucking hell, man. I kind of folded a foot, and it was not super fun.
Well, and when you fall down, like, your muscles tense up, so it's like you can pull something fairly easily. It's not good. But yeah, like yesterday was back day at the gym, and like I was treating it like just like the last time. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna go down in weights and all that kind of stuff, and it's going fine. But then once I'm done and I have to get out, I'm like, I slowly start getting more and more stiff, more tired, more exhausted, and then by the time I get home, I'm like, I think I'm ready to pass out, but I don't want to because I just gotta power through, get through the rest of the day. And today I'm all stiff, trying to move. I'm like, fucking
Yep.
back. It's like, thank God it's a fucking really cold day out. It's not fucking Daytwa.
Is that Daytwa?
What?
Hey, what's going on there?
Dude, I'm, I'm an hour and 53 minutes late and you just start without me?
Yeah. Yeah, we fucking do.
Fucking asshole.
Don't worry.
I
I'll-
lay down for a minute, fucking fall asleep, and then I didn't wake up.
Oh, yep, been there, done that.
Yeah. Cool.
So we thought you died, so that's what the podcast, this one is named.
Oh, I gotcha.
Daytwa died, so Overwatch, I
not
guess.
Oh, fuck. Great day today. God damn.
I fell down some stairs yesterday. That was fun.
You fell upstairs? Oh my God! You did a Joe Biden?
No, down some stairs. Down.
Oh,
it
down.
was 2 stairs down. I my foot slipped off the top step and then folded on the second step with my toes folding back under my foot. Oh, and then I fucking took a spill. The thing that saved me was garbage. My brother had fucking finally cleaned out his room, and there was like a whole bunch of like bags of like cans and trash. So I kind of fell mostly onto those, so it didn't really do much damage.
Nice.
My mom seems to think I like came really close to dying or something. I'm like, I just fell down 2 stairs. It's not that far. Like, granted, it's not good for me. You know, like,
yeah, it's not ideal, but not necessarily life-threatening.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be eating fucking kicking the bucket right away. Oh, there was this lady. So that was the other thing I saw that fucking pissed me off. Temple was showing some clip of some lady who was like crying because she's in her 30s and she's never gonna be able to have a kid and she can't afford in vitro fertilization and all this other shit. And it's like he's like, well, I have a lot of sympathy, and I'm like, I fucking have none. Like, that's an adult. They make choices. And they don't like how it ended up. Like, that's not.
Well,
why would you? She's doing it for attention to get money. Like, I guarantee that she's going to collect more than enough to do in IVF and never even try it.
Yeah, I was gonna say she'll say she's collecting for that and never ever fucking do it.
Yeah, she'll get like $40,000, and suddenly then she'll have like fake boobs and be a TikTok star or some shit like that. You know, like the.
Well, I mean, there is some sympathy to be had because part of the reason why a lot of women didn't have kids, it's partially due to external circumstances. Like people tell them, "Oh, the world's overpopulated. You don't need to have kids," and all that kind of stuff, and then lying to them about you can have them at any age. No, you pretty much have to have them in your 20s. But a lot of them were lied to. Like a lot of these people were told that or feminists will say like, "Well, baby's just a parasite" and all that. I have
the baby parasite fucking bullshit.
Like I have a woman like a feminist friend, and like she's in her mid-30s now, and I could just see her posts that she's feeling depressed, but she doesn't know why. And I'm like, eventually she's gonna put 2 and 2 together, and like, yeah, you probably should have had your kids, but she got her tubes cut and all that, and I'm like, yeah, you did some real stupid shit, and she did because she thought the world's overpopulated, and babies are just parasites.
Yeah.
Keep all your money for yourself. Don't raise kids. I'm like,
well, and then who's gonna take care of you when you're older? Like, I don't have kids, so I obviously like this is all stuff that could be applied to me, but you don't see me crying about it.
Well, and a lot of them have
the nanny state.
Well, yeah, a lot of them have the mindset. It's like, well, I'll just hire someone to take care of me. It's like, yeah, hire who? Because if the majority of the population doesn't have kids, there won't be anyone there to take care of you, even if you do have the money to pay for it. No, it's absolutely stupid. There's a whole lost generation, and it's gonna get sad because a lot of these people, a lot of these women are gonna, like mid-30s, are gonna try to have kids, and a lot of them are gonna die in childbirth, and that's gonna happen. And even if they
anything after that's also a way higher risk of birth defects too, right?
Yeah.
well, that's the other thing. A lot of the kids they're going to produce are not going to be healthy kids. So we're going to have a good portion of the future generation are going to have a lot of medical problems.
Oh, yeah.
So we have to consider that because a lot of them
Well,
are going to.
also consider the fat, like, acceptance bullshit.
Yep.
That's not going to help.
So we're going to, like, I imagine the next generation is going to be 50-50 because there's a good portion of people who are going to have kids and they're going to be relatively good and healthy. But then there will be a good portion that won't be healthy. So, like, how are we going to handle that? I don't know. Make sure there's more healthy kids than unhealthy kids, I suppose.
So
I mean, what do you do? There's not a lot you can do.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people hopefully will start turning on feminism and all that stuff. So, like, it's all their fault for all of this. So.
Yeah. They already have, kind of. I mean, really, if you look at the, again, how many people consider themselves feminists, how many consider feminism a good thing is pretty fucking low at this point.
Well, and not just that, a lot of them don't like feminists now because feminists are pretty much, like, not fans of trans people. Because they look at, like,
they're finally starting to wake up and be like, oh, if we let men compete in all the women's sports, women lose all the sports.
Well, and all those feminists that are against that, like, if they say anything, they're going to get called TERFs, and they're going to be, like,
treated
shamed
like,
and all
what's
that.
her name, the Harry Potter lady.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling, yeah.
Yeah, so they don't want that, so they might just back down, but, I mean, hopefully a good portion of them will stand up.
Well, I mean, it is a problem. Like, you have men competing in women's sports. Like, I don't understand why it's even what do you call it? Like a question. Like why are we even?
Yeah, the fact that it's happening is absurd, dude. It's utterly fucking absurd. Like, it's so ridiculous, dude. That yeah. Yeah, remember the one from the volleyball, the trans volleyball player that spiked the ball into a bitch's face and, like, broke her fucking orbital bone and fucking shit like that.
Uh-huh.
And that was like high school then. And it took that before that league or whatever, that group of whatever schools or whatever was like, oh, okay, no, I guess we shouldn't be doing this. So yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Mm-hmm. Well, the trans thing is going to be a real problem going forward because there really is a clash going on, especially here in Canada because we just had a pastor be arrested and put into solitary confinement because he protested outside of a kids friendly drag book reading. And so a pastor goes out, he protests, and of course. He gets arrested and in solitary confinement. Like, really, just for protesting? Okay.
Yeah.
That's verboten. You can't speak out against trans people at all.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And they claim there's some sort of like downtrodden group of people. It's like, how are you downtrodden? No one can talk anything like about you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fucking protected, dude. They can do no wrong. They can fucking molest kids. They can fucking do whatever. It's not their,
Yep.
Yeah, they can't do anything wrong. And of course, they want to have the right to educate your children, to do all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of groups that are like that now that are talking about how they fear for their life, and they're like, yeah, okay, so you're totally fucking comfortable speaking out in public and fucking doing all this shit, but you fear for your life?
Yes,
like,
yes.
They know, you know what I mean? They claim that they're victims and that they're fucking feared for their life, but they don't. They know they're perfectly fucking safe.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Well, and then they claim that they're being discriminated against. Guys,
Yeah.
I'm like, how? But they claim it anyways, and you know that there's a bunch of like progressives and all that, feminists and all that, who defend all this stuff, mostly because they're too scared of what's going to happen if they speak out. I mean, also like you look at like what's going on with the VTuber community and what went on with the Harry Potter game, the Hogwarts Legacy. That's going to backfire on them majorly, especially by the end of the month. Because I think we talked about this before about the Pikmin. That really.
Oh yeah,
that,
there's a lot of people that are really mad about Pikmin quitting.
and the funny thing is like there's like a silence, like a calm before the storm, because everyone's there. They're listening to all of her streams because they want to enjoy the time they have with her. But by the end of the month, she's done. She's not doing this anymore. When that day happens, there's going to be a lot of people really angry and really pissed off. And everyone knows this is coming, because even the people who are so like, oh yay, I got her canceled, that kind of stuff, they're walking it back saying, well, she's doing it for her own free will, she's making her own choice, we didn't do nothing, we didn't push them into all this stuff. And now they're panicking because they know they're gonna get fucked. And I don't mean like angry or stuff, they're gonna get their own meds and tossed back at them. So we'll see. I don't know how this is going to come out. I don't know if it's going to be angry and vindictive, but yeah, they did not. They fucked up. You do not mess with a weed.
It's almost like the rule of don't fuck with cats on the internet.
Yep.
Like it's an adorable fucking person on the internet. You probably don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, don't fuck with someone's waifu. They will fucking go after you.
Yeah, I think more of the D-trans stories coming out too.
Oh god,
people
yeah.
becoming more and more aware of those. How people who decide not, to detransition or whatever.
I think
that's definitely what I fucking tell people to check out.
Yeah, I think the D-trans YouTube channels outnumber the pro-trans channels. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah.
but like the general, the average person has no fucking clue at how common that is and how poorly those people are fucking treated by people who are like, oh, it's everybody's choice or whatever. But if you choose to detransition, you're fucking scum. Fucking.
Oh no.
Oh shit! Am I roboting?
No, I fell out of the fucking.
Oh. Right.
He's playing his Vitcha game.
Playing my Vitcha game. I was playing Overwatch because you weren't here and Samaj wasn't here when I started, so I was just like, I might as well just play some Overwatch. So if anybody does show up, there's something to watch.
I gotcha.
I mean, I don't know what else I really have to do.
Well, I felt.
I can't believe I overslept that bad.
It happens. Don't worry about it. Hell, I had to fight with myself not to have a nap. I was so fucking tired.
Yeah, my back's been fucking with me like the last 3 days. I mean, it always is, but like the last 2 days have been really bad. That's kind of why I just laid down to kind of fucking try to relax it before the show. I had the alarm set and fucking zonked right the fuck out. Slept through those.
See, I also have a back issue, but mine's mostly because I went to the gym. It was a back day at the gym.
Yeah, you overdo it with your back, man.
Well,
I think somebody might have. I think my connection might be out.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, you mean on your game?
Yeah, like somebody might be attacking my fucking connection. I don't know. You can't see my screen. That was fucking weird.
Well, I see everything, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Somebody fucking destroyed the game. Like where they packet boost it, where they just like go through and like it's like suddenly everything is just fucking.
I'll be back.
Yeah, and then like all the team is gone. That's really fucking weird.
It's fucked up.
Well, we were about to win. And the other team had just barely won the last round, and so they needed to win that round to win, or we needed to win that round to win. There was no, No other way
Yeah.
out. What was I talking about? Sorry, that just distracted me because I didn't expect the fucking game to just nuke itself.
I don't know. We were talking about our bad bags, but then before that, we were talking about the D-trans thing, I think.
Oh yeah, that's
know?
one of the ones I definitely let people know. The other thing to tell people
yeah.
and make sure that they're aware of is that like they're actively trying to do that.
Yeah,
like
the
actively
way
trying to do that. Oh, we only have 4 players. Okay.
But yeah, that's you know, because again, their whole fucking spiel is that like even these kids, you know, kids should be able to choose their fucking gender at 4 years old or whatever the fuck, and then anybody who decides changes their mind.
Yeah, you wouldn't let a
goddamn, they
fucking
hit them.
10-year-old get a tattoo or drink a beer, but cut their fucking genitalia off? No, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, no worries, bro.
Yeah,
Just
shit.
go
Or
ahead.
even-
That's totally fucking reasonable.
Yeah, or even people that are adults when they start, or close to adults even, fucking, yeah, when they change their fucking mind, they fucking despise them more than anybody, dude.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
for
Like,
sure.
Dude, yeah, they go after them with a fucking passion, dude.
Yeah, if you're a D-trans, that is definitely not part of
Oh,
their
yeah, that's-
fucking
they hate them
part of their
most, dude.
ball game.
Yeah, which is, well, it's all insane, but it's like, okay, what happened to choice? What, they can choose, but they're not allowed to change their mind?
Well, they can only choose as long as they choose the things that have been chosen for them properly.
Yeah, only choose the things that fit the narrative. Yeah, it's incredibly fucking hypocritical and it's fucking insane. So yeah, I think if more and more people start finding out about that, 'cause that's definitely not something that's I don't think known about by a whole lot of people.
No, and the amount of damage it's done to like people's lives, man.
Yeah,
Fucking crazy. Like, because not only are you mutilating in such a horrific way, but like, it's pretty much irreversible. Like, they claim you can reverse it, and there have been occasions where they've been to sort of able, kinda, maybe.
Right. But yeah, well, shit, even just taking the fucking hormones and shit will kind of fuck you up permanently, right? Even if you don't do the actual fucking surgery yet.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it's not as bad as if you've mutilated your fucking genitals already, but, yeah, have done anywhere on there, you're kind of fucked for life. To one degree
Literally,
or another.
yeah, or not fucked for life.
Right. So yeah, I feel like the more people that find out about how those people are treated, after everybody claiming that it's every person's choice or whatever, every kid's choice.
Yeah, that's such a ridiculous concept, though, too. Like, that just blows my mind.
Yeah,
The level of absurdity of, like, you would not let a 13-year-old fucking get a tattoo, but you'll let them cut their balls off. Like,
yeah, and it's kind of crazy too, because especially, it certainly gives the fucking surgeon less to work with for you, especially anybody going female to male. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have way less fucking. You're gonna have a tiny dick, basically, dude.
yeah.
It's gonna be a weird dick anyway.
Well,
I guess, but-
that's the whole thing that gets me about the puberty blockers that makes no sense is, literally, you're making a situation in which they are less likely to be able to get, like, the proper amount of stuff necessary to.
Yeah, enough of the organic matter. I don't know why the word I'm thinking of is not coming, but whatever.
Genetic
Not enough
material
tissue.
necessary to do the procedure that they want to do.
Yeah.
There we go. You're missing. You're basically setting up a situation in which, like, they can't get the care they want properly.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking even kids who would have ended up being, you know, ended up transitioning anyway. It's a good kid. Yeah.
Nah, I feel so bad for those kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's many reasons why you shouldn't transition. I can think of a few. One of which being never being able to have an orgasm.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
never having
that's-
orgasm thing is definitely not.
Like if you told me that like as I've experienced orgasms, I'm like, and you told me you can never have
Never
that.
ever have another one. You'd be like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
Peace.
I don't care how good whatever it is you're offering me is. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Maybe that should be a requirement. You have to experience at least one orgasm and understand exactly what you're losing.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the things that's
I don't
just
know how
not
you
being
actually-
brought. It's one of the things that's not being brought up in conversation. It's just not. And I'm like, a lot of these people who are like pro-trans are also sexual degenerates. I mean,
God,
just
yes.
just tell them that part, and see if it changes their mind. 'Cause it sounds to me like it would.
Well, how many of them are perfectly willing to send like all sorts of inappropriate shit to teenagers because they think it's their place to determine whether or not the teenager is allowed to change their gender?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Like, that's fucking gross. You're sending teenagers like underwear? Do you don't think that's
Wow.
weird? You 40-year-old man dressed as a woman sitting in your fucking apartment and crying into your cereal? Like, you
See,
don't think that's inappropriate at all? Like,
One of the things that really pisses me off, and I can tell a lot of parents are too, is because you hear about all these inappropriate books inside libraries and schools.
oh, there
And-
was a horrific video with a little kid reading one of those things. Oh, fuck no.
There's one that's designed to tell kids how to sext and meet adults for sexual things without letting your parents know. There's a book that will actually tell them that. And whenever a parent tries to bring it up, they say it's too inappropriate. You can't bring it up in school meetings and stuff like that. It's like, this is one of the most horrific things. And it's like, parents are talking about taking their kids out of school and homeschooling them. Yeah, do that. I wouldn't trust a school. Like, if I had kids, my partner, I'm like, look, we're homeschooling the kids. No ifs, ands, or buts. And if she's like,
Yeah.
oh, but I like having my free time. I was like, yeah, fuck that. You're a mom first, and you have free time second.
Yeah. Well, and also, considering the way that schools are really not teaching, like, I mean, I'm not even talking about, like, the indoctrination part of it, but they're just not even really teaching, like, math and English
Well, I think also
and
schools
science.
are.
Like, your kids aren't learning anything other than indoctrinated into, like, gay
Yeah,
is
critical
awesome,
race theory.
black is perfect, white is evil, straight is the devil. Like, that's all they're learning. They're not learning math and science and English and literature and history and science. Like, the things that they're actually going to need for their future are not being taught to them. I've seen basic, functionally illiterate people getting out of colleges. Like...
Well, I think part of the like a big problem I have with the public education system is also because like strangers are educating your kids, and a lot of times I think like the lessons you want to teach them should come from the parents. Like, you would think they're only being taught the basics, but we now know that's not the case. Not to mention like 8 hours of the day, that's the majority of the day, is spent with other people instead of your family.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people
Well,
who make
because school wasn't bad when I was there. We just learned science and mathematics and English and history, and there was no political bent to any of it. I didn't get out of school thinking, they made sure to let me know that the Republicans are evil and Democrats are really good, or vice versa.
Mhm.
They were always painfully, painfully so, like, making sure to tell both sides of every story. Some things are just sort of ingrained into, like, the public memory that just are wrong. Like Lincoln is one of the worst tyrants in history, but everybody thinks he's this hero. He didn't even free the slaves in the fucking North. He only freed them in the South.
And you guys have a statue of him on a fucking throne, like he was a king.
Yeah, exactly. He killed people who were members of the press for reporting things he didn't want them to report. He killed civilians. He imprisoned people in the press on a regular basis. He fucking had troops go in and deliberately destroy and kill, like, people in cities and stuff. It was like... He was a horrifically evil man who deserved to get shot in the head. Like, that man was a hero that shot him. But it's ingrained into this public delusion that's taught in schools. So, like, that you're not learning. But the other stuff you learned was all pretty much more or less correct. You know, like world history, World War I, World War II, that kind of shit.
Yeah, it was pretty... never mind.
Pretty what? Pretty what? Don't lie to me. What are you trying to hide there?
I had a mouthful of food and I was trying to talk like a fucking idiot.
You trying to turn the frogs gay? Don't lie.
You know, I was going to say, it's pretty weird that they can somehow work this critical race theory into a math class.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like these poor bastards just don't learn anything because there's like this is learning the weirdest shit.
Yep. I think a lot of it was also like because a lot of people, like you were mentioning, like they went to school, they didn't really see the indoctrination, they didn't see any of that kind of stuff, and I think that was actually part of the problem because you think, oh, when I went to school wasn't that bad, and so then you'll send your kids to school thinking, oh yeah, nothing bad could happen. When I went there, it was perfectly fine. Well, yeah, that was the false sense of security because you're like, I had a good upbringing, therefore it's going to be fine.
Yeah,
except
perfect.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we want you to think that everything's going to be fine. That way, you, like when this shit does happen, you didn't see it coming. And a lot of parents didn't. A lot of parents, like they just think, yeah, you're just learning the basics. So what? And no, they're not. They were not learning the basics the whole time.
So we're screwed.
Yeah, the world's gonna end.
We're screwed.
Not really. I think that there's a lot of people who see all this that's been going on, and I think that they're making plans and they're working around it. I think that there's good things, but people are just trying to find solutions, and the solutions are out there. We just need to actually embrace it. Like for instance, homeschooling. A lot of people hear homeschooling, they think like, you know, hillbillies and hicks and stuff. But it's more like, you know, making sure your kids actually get a good, decent education now.
Yep. Well, and it's certainly not just the homeschooling.
No, there's so much more to that. Like I remember when I was a kid, my mom was always big on storing food. And I always thought, oh, you're just a weird person who wants to store food in case of emergencies. It's never going to be that bad. But now that we see that things actually can get that bad, like, yeah, I mean, we used to call them doomsday preppers. Well, now we just call them, you know, spoiler warnings. Don't spoil the ending.
Oh shit! Did we ever talk about the FAA, Biden's FAA nominees? You guys talk about that at all?
No, I didn't know. I don't know anything about it.
The FAA thing.
Yeah, the guy that knew absolutely nothing about anything to do with like air travel or fucking any of that shit. Yeah, dude, I sent you a video about it, dude. You remember that?
Nope, don't remember anything. I
Damn it. Yeah.
I don't always remember everything.
What?
It's weird. I know. I smoke a lot of weed.
That explains a lot.
I'm just not going to the fucking... Hold on, I'm going to try to reshare it here. But yeah, he was asking him some pretty basic fucking questions to do with, like, what his job would be. And he had no fucking idea
No.
about any of it.
None of it? Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, dude.
People, there's
Yeah,
every once in a while there's somebody who's just really good at just snowballing every way. Everyone.
Yeah. But the thing is that just the pick or is that the actual... God damn it, it just did the pick. Fucking shit. Alright, that wasn't what I was looking for. Alright, hold on, let me find it again.
Never gonna find it again.
It's not that far back. But yeah, it's pretty nuts because there was like one dude that was the particular video that I had posted, there was like one comment on there and it was okay, I see what I did wrong there. He's like, well, you know, a CEO of like Toyota doesn't need to know anything about like the vehicle's compression ratios or any of this other stuff. And I'm like, that's not exactly the same thing. Like, you're talking about the person that's the regulatory body, like the head of the regulatory body for that industry. Like, yeah, the CEO doesn't necessarily need to know any of that shit. But if you were the one that's running the regulatory body of that fucking, you know, that would go over that business, you should fucking know some shit about it. I don't know, I'm still half asleep apparently.
Just have some idea of what you're talking about.
Alright, there it is. Yeah, you don't honestly, if you want to listen to it for just a few seconds, it doesn't take very long to get across the point that I'm getting at. But this fucking guy literally knows nothing about any of the aviation shit.
That's kind of scary. This motherfucker just be like, I'm in charge of this, but nah, I got nothing.
Color me shocked. Shocked, I tell you. I had no idea.
But he is black.
Oh, well, that makes everything fine.
But if you say anything, you're a bigot. Bigot.
Bigot? That just means I'm large and in charge, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll sign off with the stupid Overwatch after this round. I think we're pretty much done here.
Well, yeah, we've exhausted all the topics of conversation. We're done. We're good.
We can run this with the ad. Or with the closed captioning. Trying to get at least one. Yeah, and the fucking dude asking the questions knows what he, you know. Okay, fuck it.
No, I don't know what to do. Sorry, my team just lost at the last possible second.
Yeah. Lag switching.
No, they just died. Everybody died.
That's
the
my
worst
go-to
possible time. No, I think the lag switches, do they even use those anymore? Like, I know they still crash games with, like, packet bombs, but, like, I don't know that there's a lot of, like, actual lag switching out there now.
Yeah, I just use it as a fucking catch-all.
Oh, fair enough.
Thing to say, dude. Anytime cheating or
I'm gonna mock the there's a cheater at all kind of thing.
Indeed. Yeah, that's what I would tell my son anytime I got killed on the game. The fucking lag switcher. Like, obviously joking, but it would piss him off until I, like, explained I was just fucking kidding.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what else was there? Was there anything else going on? I told you guys there was a fucking e-girl selling her fucking braces, right?
I'd heard about that somewhere.
I
Kind
thought
of
that shit was
tame,
fucking funny.
you know.
And they're like,
compared
what?
to
What are you gonna do with her
bath
braces,
water.
you fucking weirdo? I think she sold them
wanna
for
know
like
the answer to
$1,600 or something, and you're just like, nah, what is the purpose of the braces?
Yeah, you don't want to know the answer to that question. I'm guessing.
They get wrapped around a fleshlight, no doubt.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really fighting the urge to nap.
Take a nap. Take a nap midstream. You can snore. It'll be like Satan is here again. I need it. I need the nap. Oh, man.
I was thinking about the women regretting not having kids thing. Like, isn't that on fucking like half of the Taylor the Fiend guy's videos?
I don't know. That's
Yeah,
a good question.
It comes up a lot.
I mean, I haven't seen it a lot, but maybe I just don't watch the right videos. I just see like the occasional, like I'll see stuff that Tim Pool covers that not a lot of people cover, and I'll be like, it's like, I think my favorite source is Christensen, but like part of the fact that he's coming out with like the stuff that's correct is because, you know, he takes the time to just do one story at a time and not
Yeah, he doesn't cover a whole lot, but what he covers is really well done. Yeah,
exactly. And so that's kind of nice. But, you know, Tim Pool, at least he reads the article first, so you don't have to pretend that you give a shit about what he has to say about said article.
Right.
So you can just like read through that article and you're good. You know, you're good to go. Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised you didn't know about the Calvin peeing thing also. That was not Watterson and he was not benefiting from that.
Yeah. No, we had talked about it like within the last couple weeks.
Oh,
so I knew
okay.
that part.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize that he had just refused to license anything.
Yeah.
At
Oh,
all.
yeah. And they were offering him a lot of money to make more comics when he said it was over too. Because he said at a certain point he like ended it, and he's like, I just don't have any more stories to tell. This is a complete set of stories.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of money if he went back and did more, but he was like, no, it'll just ruin the whole thing. Like, it'll be shitty stuff that I'm forcing that isn't fun anymore.
Which comic are you talking about?
Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of respect for the artist because he did turn down a lot of money for like his integrity.
Yeah. Incredibly rare because you got to think of, dude, the amount of money that would have been thrown at him that he actually turned down.
How old?
Fucking just astronomical.
Yeah, how old is he? Because something tells me like when he dies, his family members will probably sell the rights
License
and make
the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
Let's see, Bill Watterson. Born in 1958. 64 years old.
Oh, so yeah, it won't be for a long time.
I wonder what other comics has he done.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it Bill Watterson?
Yep, Bill Watterson has Bill Watterson. Okay, I know all the Calvin and Hobbes. Oh, he retired.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he did anything else.
So he's published. He did calendars and published books, but he just goes out and paints and draws the landscape of the woods with his father.
Nice.
That's crazy, man. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure he still made a fucking killing just off of the comics.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Positive.
So yeah, for him, and it seems like he's somebody that wasn't particularly materially driven. So I'm sure it was way more than enough
Yeah, if
for
you're
whatever
happy
he
living
felt
out
he
in a
needed.
fucking cabin in the woods and chopping your own wood and growing like a lot of your own vegetables and hunting for your meat and stuff like that, and then the rest of the time you just want to like paint and stuff, that's a pretty doable thing.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, like you can, you know, if you've already made one really good thing and sold a bunch of it, you could probably live off of that. And I mean, unless you're buying like Porsches and hookers and cocaine, you know, you're good to go.
yep. So yeah, it sounds like he was just that type of dude. That's like,
Eh.
I have way more than I'll ever fucking spend. I have way more than I'll ever need. So I'm going to just not do that because I don't need the extra money anyway. No matter how much it is, it's all it's all just overkill.
One, he always felt that a lot of the stuff that they were putting out it wasn't licensed, that he didn't have the money to go after them for.
Yeah.
I think he always
Yeah.
felt that made it sort of tarnished his stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So,
wish
yeah, it's shitty that he wasn't able to actually stop it from happening.
I wish he would do more with the whole dinosaur stuff that he would do, because it looks so fucking good. His drawings on dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, everything he did had that really, really interesting style.
Yeah. Well, there's the mixture of like the hyper real looking dinosaur drawings opposed to like the little cartoon characters, and so it'd be a nice little mixture of the two. And I really enjoyed it. I wish he would do a lot more like dinosaur related stuff. I mean, he has a pretty decent body. Also, then it gets sort of silly. Like we're talking about T-Rexes and fucking jets and stuff, like flying Apache helicopters or something. Like, oh god, this is so cool. Wish you would just do this. Dinosaurs fucking shit up.
That would be fun. Oh, that's right. You had the.
Mr. Washington, can you
The
quickly
aviation
tell me,
guy.
What airspace requires an ADSB transponder?
Not sure I can answer that question.
I gotta find out. I gotta
That's
learn
okay,
more
we'll just
about
keep
this
going.
Calvin
So,
and Hobbes guy.
That's a pretty.
Well, I just went and put his
really
anthology
interesting.
on my wish
Special
list
use
for
airspace.
Amazon.
protect the
So that the
national
next time I get a
security,
chance
that
to
appear
order
on
something
FAA
from
trucks.
Amazon, I'll probably order.
Sorry, Senator, I can't
Yeah.
answer.
All
Dude,
of his
there's
comics and
What the
read them.
operational limitations of a
Dude,
pilot
that
flying
guy,
under
the guy that did that
basic
video
mode.
that I
Senator, I'm not a pilot,
posted earlier
so,
was
But
like
obviously
at the
you'd oversee
beginning of it. He
that
lifts up
Federal
this thing. It's a
Aviation
huge fucking
Administration.
thing,
So,
dude, of all the Calvin and Hobbes
Any
shit.
idea what those restrictions are under basic med? Quickly.
So there is definitely
well,
a
some of
very
the
large,
restrictions I think would be high blood pressure.
big block thing of all his comics and shit.
Yeah, it's like $81 and you get all of his comics in one box.
Dude, wow, that's a great fucking deal, man.
It's not bad. I think you spend a lot more if you buy them all individually. We
Oh,
had
I'm
all of
sure.
them a couple of times, and I think I just keep letting people borrow my copies and read them. And I think this time I will not be letting anyone borrow them at all.
Yeah, put that thing in a goddamn safe, dude.
Yeah, really, or you know, buy like 6 of them and fucking loan out the other ones and be like, if you lose them, don't fucking cry to me. Man, okay, here's what I need to know. I need to cook on dinner for 2 nights. I need 2 different dinners.
Do Rubens, but on croissant bread.
Oh, that's interesting.
I actually
We
did that.
did sandwiches
last
not that
weekend.
long ago, so I don't want to do sandwiches.
Yeah,
so.
it's a little. Yeah, I hear you.
Unfortunately, it's been too recent. I did buy 8 fucking boxes of Pop-Tarts. the other day because I got a coupon in the email from Safeway, and it was like, we know we made you upset. Here's $10 off your next order, and I'm like, I didn't even complain. I don't know how they knew I was upset. I got $10. I'm gonna get all the Pop-Tarts now because I'm fucking. I don't know why. Because apparently I just wanted to get all the Pop-Tarts. We got eight fucking boxes of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, those things keep pretty well though. Yeah.
True, and they're the rest of my family is going through them pretty steady, so that works out.
Yeah. When's the last time you did like just straight fried chicken?
You know what? That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, you got an air fryer, right?
Oh, I can do breading on chicken better than that by a lot. I have a system down now where I can batter. Oh, you know what? And I just did that. I mean, it was like homemade chicken strips, but you know, it's not too different from fried chicken.
Yeah, I assume it's more like chicken tenders where it's actual chunks of real chicken and not reconstituted.
Yeah, but it was like I batter them and coat them with what do you call it? Panko. So it's like a super crunchy skin on them. It's really, really good.
Yeah,
but we just did it like last week, so fried chicken would probably not work.
Dude, and fucking...
I'm thinking maybe I might do a meatloaf.
Dude, yeah, and I don't even bread when I do it, and it turns out fucking great, dude. Just with using butter instead, you know, not using lard or any of that shit. Just, you know, using the whatever the brush is called, basting brush or something, whatever it is. Yeah, just putting butter on them and seasoning it turns out really fucking good. So yeah, I need to learn how to do that though. The actual breading and all that shit, because it can be even better, I suppose.
Well, whatever.
I would imagine.
Whatever recipe you decide to try, always rinse and dry your chicken fully before you try to batter it, or it will not work. It'll be a huge mess, and it'll fall all over the place, and like chunks will come off all over. And if you don't take that extra step of rinsing and drying the chicken first, it's failure every time. Takes a lot of paper towel, but I mean, if you're really trying to bread it and make it like a KFC style or whatever, that is definitely.
Do you put like egg or something on it? Like, what do you keep the breading?
So I have a standard system, right? I have one that's like a batter dip, and then I put it in breadcrumbs and get the breadcrumbs on it. I use panko, but any kind of breadcrumbs will work. The batter I make is 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of water, 2 tablespoons of flour.
All right.
And you can scale that however much you want. So if you want to do 2 eggs, you just double everything, triple everything.
Yeah.
But 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of flour, a tablespoon of water is really easy to remember too. And if you want to get fancy, throw a pinch of baking powder in there, but you don't have to.
Gotcha.
It's also it's pretty bland, so you might want to add some seasonings. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, whatever you normally throw in your stuff.
Yeah, that's what I usually do with just leaving the skin on and fucking using the butter or whatever. Yeah, salt, pepper, garlic, and poultry seasoning.
Yeah, however you want to do it. I would add the seasoning to the breadcrumbs, however, because I don't know that they would necessarily come through in the batter very well. Or season the chicken and then batter them and breadcrumb them. But I don't know that I would try to put the seasoning in the batter. And then just fry them really hot, whatever you're frying, and until it's nice and browned. And then I usually give it another 10 or 15 minutes in the oven after that. Just like a regular 350-degree oven. Lay out all the pieces of meat that are browned with the crumbs and stuff on a pan, and that tends to dry it out just a little bit more, so it's nice and crispy. And finish cooking the meat and inside. And you can go anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. I don't know. Check your meat with the thermometer to make sure it's all the way done.
Yeah, I never do that, and it's a really stupid thing to do.
I don't know. Are you really good at being able to tell by feel that it's not raw in the middle?
Yeah, I usually find the biggest one and cut into it.
Oh, well,
Extreme
then there
fall
you go.
chili.
That works.
Yeah, because it's always a minimum of a half a dozen, and I'll usually cook like a dozen just because I like.
Yeah.
Dude, for some reason, dude, I love cold leftover chicken. Like, not even reheating it, dude, just cold chicken.
Yeah, cold chicken's
I
good.
fucking love that shit. Like, taking it directly out of the fridge and just eating it, dude.
It's very tasty. I'm not arguing that. Oh, I know
Yeah,
what I'm
although
going
it
to do.
doesn't work
I'm
for a
going to
whole
do
lot of
hot
shit,
dogs
though.
and shells and cheese. That's going to be an easy one.
Nice.
Can't go wrong with hot dogs.
This is
Maybe I'll
true.
get some bratwurst for myself because I like a little more. Oh, and then the other night I'm going to do chili. That's what I'm going to do because we haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah, dude, the chili dogs, dude. Oh, you do them separate.
Chili?
Never mind.
I don't know that anybody in my house besides me would even eat a chili dog. I like them,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and I can always do them in the other direction. Cook the chili one
Yeah.
night and then the hot dogs the next, and any leftover chili people can put on. But my family is not really like a chili dog, chili burger, chili fry kind of family. I think my dad was. Me and my dad both like it, but he's
How about
dead, so he's
sauerkraut?
not going to eat a lot, you know.
They like sauerkraut?
God, no. Everybody
like
makes
it,
fun of
right?
me eating sauerkraut.
Yeah, wasn't it? I don't think you had eaten it before I suggested it to you, had you? Or you the one? There was somebody I know that was like had never tried it.
You suggested it to me. I'd never tried it. Yeah, no, I tried it and I was like, oh, that's really, really good.
Yeah, I love fucking
That vinegary pickle taste cuts through the fat of like meats and stuff really well.
Yeah. No, that's what I've been doing with when I did the croissants, I didn't have sauerkraut. I forgot to get sauerkraut, but yeah, now I went with sourdough. I prefer sourdough bread to like rye that they normally use for a Reuben.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. And corned beef instead of corned beef. A lot of people use corned beef instead of pastrami, but most people use pastrami, I think. But yeah, just piling the fucking sauerkraut, baby Swiss, corned beef, cold cuts. God, so good.
Nice.
Indeed.
Nice. Very nice.
And mustard and Thousand Island as well.
Oh, I never do Thousand Islands on anything. We're not a Thousand Island family. I've never had that in the house.
I don't use it much. It's pretty much just Reubens. Like I never
used
put it
to
on a
make
burger.
Thousand Island dressing all the time for salads when I was still working day shifts where I work and I had to cook stuff.
All right.
The clients always wanted Thousand Island dressing on everything because it's just like mayo, ketchup, and pickle relish.
Yeah. It's pretty much just Big Macs. I mean, their special sauce is essentially just Thousand Island. It's not all that. I'm sure it's slightly different, but whatever. It's pretty much Thousand Island. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's actually anything else that I use it on. I don't think there is. Yeah, it's pretty much just Reubens. Yeah, mustard on one side. Because I literally put down a piece of the bread, put mustard all over that, and then plump everything on there. Because I heat it, I'll heat it up because I don't know why. Actually, no. Oh, to melt the cheese, of course.
You want to do it right because you don't want your sandwich to be Reuben you the wrong way.
So awful. Yeah, no, I literally do that. Mustard on that piece, throw all the meat and cheese and sauerkraut and all that on there. Cover, put Thousand Island on the top. Bam.
Nice.
A big ass sandwich too, man. Like I'm literally like I can't even pick this up now. I'm going to have to eat this with a fucking knife and fork.
Oh, I did watch the first 30 seconds of that Biden's FAA nominee thing. And it's really painfully apparent he knows absolutely nothing about airplanes or any of what he's supposed to be running.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, and again, there's the reason I picked that particular video is because somebody made that comment about, well, the Toyota CEO probably doesn't know anything about this and that about cars, and I'm like, that's not a CEO is different. This guy being the CEO of a fucking airplane manufacturing company or even an airport or something, fine, because there's a lot, you can have other people that have the knowledge you need as far as that shit, and because they're running a company, So you got to know little about the product, but you don't need to know all that much. But if you're the head of the regulatory body for that industry, yeah, you should fucking know a little something.
You would think. You would think you
Yeah.
might need to know just a little bit.
But nope, black guy. That's all you need to know.
Oh man, Samaj missed that excellent pun.
I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, trust me, you'll survive, dude.
I don't think I could explain it honestly. In any way
Yeah,
that would make it work in any way. It would just be awful.
Yeah, it was hilariously bad, dude. You're okay. Shite.
Man.
So I was just looking on my various different feeds here to see what's happening, and there's this. I came across this Twitch channel, and apparently it's an AI generated anime.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
that's
like
gonna be interesting.
So yeah, the AI it wrote it and animated it, as far as I can tell, and also like generated the voices. And so I'm listening to it, and like, yeah, it's clearly a robot. These conversations are kind of monotonous and meaningless. So
now here's an interesting question: could you set up a system where you feed a program a bunch of stuff, and it comes out with an anime that actually like it's worth watching?
It will eventually.
God, what do we do when we get to that point where like you can literally just make any custom show or movie you want with your own little private anime program or an anime AI program?
Yeah, well, they're going to do that, obviously, but like, there's almost no reason to do that for an anime, mostly because like there's so much content in Japan that you can easily adapt anything into an anime. I mean, you can make an AI generated adaptation of like a popular manga series or something. That'll be fine. Like, Japan has no shortage of content, so I wouldn't really worry too much about that. I mean, they could do that, I suppose, but I don't think they're going to bother. Most AI they're going to use is maybe for the animation or like maybe for the voice acting. Because if they can cut corners, they will. Because it is Japan. It's fucking slave labor over there. But honestly, I think what would probably happen, because a lot of these shows, they make millions of dollars. It's not like they don't have the money. They just don't want to, they want to keep all the profit for themselves. So, I think what will happen, like, as more jobs become irrelevant and that they can get them replaced, what will end up happening is that they'll have more motivation to self-create. Like, people can create their own stuff and probably do pretty well. They just, like the industry, because it saves them the time of actually thinking about all the extra stuff, like budgeting and marketing and all that kind of stuff. Like a lot of the artists in the comic book world, part of the reason why they stay with the big corporations is because it's easier. Like, if you go independent, like go on Indiegogo and do your own thing, it's far more complicated because you're not just drawing pages and coming up with stories. You're also having to fulfill orders, talk to customers, manage your social media. Like, it's a whole big process. You're literally like doubling or tripling your workload. On top of all that, you gotta promote it.
That sounds pretty awful.
See, and that's why people are scared to do it. But if you do it for the first couple of books and you do well, then you'll get money, and then you can start hiring people. So
True.
It's only
that's why a lot of series go to shit, is because
like in the comic book world, the most popular indie comic out there right now is Cyberfrog from Ethan Van Sciver, and it's the same thing. The guy got overwhelmed with all that, but once he got his first book out there, it did really well. I think he made was it like $2 million or whatever on his first book. It's like he could afford to hire someone to pack and ship the comics for him. He can afford to hire someone else to be an editor. He can afford to do all this stuff, which is what he did do. And so by the time he got his second book out there, he made enough money. He's actually hiring other artists to now to illustrate the comics. So now there's less work for him to do. So now all he has to do is come up with the stories, and so he has the stories for next couple books planned out. He just needs to hire the artists and all the kind of stuff, and then after that, he's not doing anything. So you really just have to get your first 2 books out. The rest of the time, it's easy work after that. So yeah, it sounds hard, but once you get through it, it'll also show you what you need to do.
So there's like a high starting point, but the difficulty level drops off.
Yep, and that's with most independent projects. Now, if you're working with like corporations and stuff, you're working with them, and they have to budget out your money and stuff. So it's better to control it yourself.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah.
You don't want to put yourself in a fucking what do you call it? In a position where somebody else is the one who's in charge of everything, and you might get fucking pushed out of your own thing. Potentially.
Well, look at Project Veritas and all that. You don't want to have a board of directors.
Project what? I don't. That doesn't exist anymore.
Damn right it doesn't.
That's not a real thing.
I don't know what James O'Keefe's going to do. I know he's going to start his new business or whatever. I don't know what he's going to call it.
And immediately have all the fucking people.
Yeah.
That were donating to the other one.
I sincerely hope he didn't sign some bullshit non-compete shit with his own company.
He did not. He's good. He's going to do it.
Well, he was dumb enough to fucking bring on a board of directors.
Yeah. Well, he thought he was doing the right thing. He tried.
Yeah, I get it, dude. I don't think he was that dumb to fucking...
I don't think any of the lawsuits are finished yet. But there are lawsuits pending from basically the stakeholders saying James O'Keefe was Project Veritas. You can't have it without him. Literally, we won't let you have it without him.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't name a single fucking other reporter or whatever, anyone else that fucking works there, besides O'Keefe, and I assume that's true for fucking 99% of the people. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, again, I have to imagine they were fucking paid off by some other, source to do what they did. Otherwise, because I can't imagine they didn't realize that James O'Keefe was Project Veritas. Well, maybe not. Have you guys watched any of the hearings on Fauci's?
No, but the article you put up leads me to think maybe there's some chance of getting some sort of justice against him at least.
Yeah. If you listen to that one, it's Rumble because it's one of Alex Jones's channels or whatever. So the guy comments a little, but for the most part, it's just him playing this guy talking at the hearings, and he's like, "Yeah, well, on this day in January, we decided this that there's no way this could happen naturally, evolutionarily, or whatever the fuck they say." And then 2 of the guys days later are saying, "Oh no, this is absolutely absurd." They did a complete 180 on what they said after they had a fucking conference call with Fauci and some motherfuckers. So yeah, dude, Fauci is such a fucking scumbag. So yeah, he really should be criminally fucking charged. I don't know if it'll actually happen, but it definitely fucking should. After I listened to that, I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured, but I didn't have any specifics. But yeah, it's pretty obvious he tried to cover up, the fact that he was paying, contributing monetarily to the fucking research and all that shit. Yeah, and I never got do you remember the whole beagles getting their faces chewed off or whatever thing that he supported for some reason?
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, did they ever explain what the fuck they were trying to learn from that?
It was this. I think they want to know the extent of these bugs that, they eat human flesh or just flesh in general. They just want to know the extent of the damage that they could do. Or do they just stop? Do they just dig all the way up to the brains or something? What's the limits? I think that was essentially it. Because it's like,
I feel like
yeah,
if they would have used pit bulls, it wouldn't have been as bad. But it was adorable little beagles.
yeah, yeah. That was horrific. Like Fauci's going down, obviously.
Yeah. No, he definitely, obviously should. But I still, it's one of those things where I'll believe it when it fucking happens.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I feel like that it's not enough people are aware of it, of exactly how much shady shit he did to try to cover his own fucking, bullshit. But yeah, watch it. It's on Rumble because obviously it couldn't be on fucking YouTube because it's Alex Jones or one of Alex Jones's channels. So, but yeah, that's a lot of good footage of the hearings. And that guy talking about all the fucked up, some of the fucked up shit that Fauci did. Because yeah, one of them, like the two guys that did the about face that I was talking about, apparently wherever they worked, very shortly after got like a $9 million fucking like grant from the government. So it's pretty clear on why they took and did their about face. So yeah, pretty fucking evil.
God damn. You know what we need? We need more leg hair stories. Can we get some charming old pedophile stories?
Yeah. Well, the nurse one was pretty bad.
Oh.
But it wasn't pedo shit.
There was Jimmy Kimmel got accused of being a pedo by some fucking fighter.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Some fighter was like, Jimmy Kimmel's a fucking pedo. Him and all those motherfuckers going to fucking the island. Now they're acting like it's some sort of bad thing if they release the list of people who went to fucking pedo island. Fuck these people.
Yeah.
Just started going off.
What kind of explain? Because Kimmel definitely, from the Man Show to what he does now, is pretty close to a fucking 180.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just keeps taking as much money as they throw at him to do whatever they want. Like, he doesn't really give a shit. And he's like, you give me more money? All right, cool. I'm going to stay up late and make fun of people like once a week. Oh, no. Or is he a weekly show?
How long?
Like a daily.
Normally, like at least 4 days, right? 4 days a week, maybe not Friday. I don't know how dude, I haven't watched late night talk shows in fucking a very long time. Sometime before Letterman retired. But yeah, I assume they do at least 4 days a week. But yeah, all of them are fucking nuts. Colbert's insufferable.
Isn't the Beatles like doing stuff 8 days a week?
Not anymore.
Some of them are still alive, right? Paul McCartney's not dead yet.
Yeah, McCartney's still alive. Actually,
Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney, right?
Yeah, I think Harrison and obviously Lennon's been dead since the 80s. Yeah, Harrison died fairly recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Does McCartney still? I think he still lives in Tucson. Maybe not, but he lived in Tucson for a long fucking time. I mean Tucson. Sorry, my apologies.
Fuck off.
2001? Okay, no, he did not die recently. My mistake.
We're just old.
Harrison died in 2001.
All right. Well, we've come to the end. If we want, we don't need to keep dragging out like nothing.
I thought we came to here a long time ago.
Tragedy.
Right. But yeah, watch that video, dude, on the CDC shit. It's fucking really angry.
I will check it out. That sounds good. I want to see fucking Fauci get his, man.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. But yeah, other than that, if anyone's stuck around and